placid and a summer Sunday here at Camden Yards, and this is the rubber match of the three-game set with the Phillies and the Orioles. The Orioles looking to pick up their 12th series win against 7 losses and 1 tie on the season. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. For the Orioles against the Phillies, it was another one of those long ball games last night. The Orioles have now won the last 8 games that have gone into extra innings, and a big part of the winning belongs to their center fielder, Adam Jones. Take a look at what he has done this season with the big blows. This one coming against the Red Sox, May 6th, a game-winning home run in the 17th inning of that ball game at Fenway Park. Not done yet against Kansas City. The Royals, game-winning home run, 15th inning. Adam Jones, not done yet. He comes to the plate in the ballgame last night, not hitting well of late, but 12th inning, another game-winning home run for Adam Jones. All 3 of those coming in extra innings. As a result, he has now tied the mark set by the Orioles 3 players. With that home run, it's his 12th career extra inning homer. He's tied the O's single season mark with Frank Robinson, Eddie Murray, Rafael Palmeiro, with home runs coming extra innings in one season. And all 3 of the home runs have come from the 12th inning or later. None of those other players did that. That's called dramatic, Jim Palmer.
Well, yeah, and part of it, okay, what did Ted Williams said? Get a good fastball to hit. That wasn't a fastball, but he said get a good pitch to hit. And, we've seen Adam Jones struggle as of late. He came into the 9th inning when he got a single up the middle over 17. Started out yesterday's game over 14. B.J. Rosenberg, Major League debut, throwing 93 to 95. Hard to see. Threw him a hanging slider. I threw a lot of hang sliders, and they usually end up like that. So he got a good pitch to hit. It looks like maybe having something going on with the wrist. But at the end of the day, Charlie Manuel, the Phillies, said it probably best. It's probably a game we should have had a shutout, should have won. But again, they made the errors. The Orioles didn't. They played great defense. And then the bullpen, it got them to that point where they could win the ball game.
And that's what's happened this season for the Orioles. If you look at just the raw numbers, you would not come up with the Orioles' 1-loss record. They just find ways to win games that probably should go the other way.
Well, you're right. I mean, the one constant of this ball club, best bullpen in the American League, the starting pitching was good yesterday. Tommy Hunter got him in the 8th inning, pitched 7 innings. He said, well, 7 innings, 3 runs, that's a quality start. Actually, 6 innings, 3 runs is a quality start, but he pitched well. He pitched deep into the ball game. So then you got to sequence to your bullpen, which is what Buck Showalter's done so well. So at the end of the day, Gary, it's not a great ball club, but they win the games that we've never seen them win, and the bullpen has a lot to do with that.
Well, we go back a little bit with this relationship with the Phillies. If you're an Oriole fan, in that World Series 1983, of course the Orioles won it 4-1 after dropping game 1. Rick was the MVP in that with a .385 batting average, the 4 doubles, home run, 2 RBI. Scotty McGregor won a championship year.
And my last win.
Yeah, your last win.
In game 3 on my 37th birthday.
Can't do it any better than that. And he's still 37 years old.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll see if the Orioles can get the rubber match game on this Sunday afternoon. Another big crowd on hand. Orioles baseball on Bassett is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Hyundai. New Hyundai owners are talking about their cars in the booth. And by Jeep. Jeep and the unique brand of freedom you'll find only in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Lots and lots of sunshine around Baltimore today. Take a look at our train game time temperature, 92 degrees to start the ball game with the wind blowing out to center field. Visit train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Now the starting lineup for Charlie Manuel's Phillies, brought to you by Dodge. It'll be Rollins, Pierre, and Pence. Thome, Victorino, Ruiz, Wigginton, Luna, and Martinez gets the start. Ruiz already 2 more home runs than he had all of last year. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup.
Take a look at our scouting report on Jason Hammel, the 6'6" right-hander. The Orioles pick him up from Jeremy Guthrie trade from Colorado. So if he wins today, he'll actually tie last year's win total. Yard work, loves pitching here, 3-0. Very low earned run average, 173 when you're pitching against Cliff Lee. Bring your A game. And he's been having his A game. And getting healthy, knee problems, the leg getting, and that's his push-off leg, his right knee. Talked to him after the Boston game where he got a no decision, pitched pretty well, but only 5 innings. He said it's getting better every start, so we'll see how that's feeling. But again, I mean, he can get you out a lot of ways. Big power curve ball, 93 to 95, a good changeup and an occasional slider.
And we'll need to today with Cliff Lee on the other side, and the Orioles, while getting the win yesterday, putting some runs up, have had their problems picking up hits and runs, winning it yesterday by a score of 6-4. Jimmy Rollins leads it off. He takes the pitch for a strike, and we are underway. Rollins, the switch hitter. You see the series, only 1 for 11. They hit a home run, and that is his RBI in this series. Andy Chavez is playing right field, is one away.
Now, the other thing about Jason Hammel, he throws a lot of strikes. Season high only 3. So, again, he'll come at you. Take a look at the defense behind him. You already saw Chavez. So we'll go from right around the outfield. Chavez, Jonesy won a Gold Glove in center. Pierce, Steve Pierce coming in. They got him from the Yankees. Made a couple of outstanding plays. Tolleson, Hardy, Andino. Over at first base is Reynolds, and then the Gold Glover. 3 straight games against the Phillies. 3 starts. Actually, Ronnie Paulino doing the catching, and Matt Wieters will be doing the DHing today.
Juan Pierre at the plate with the 3 for 10 in the series. Will foul that one off. Most of these hitters have had a few at bats at least against Jason Hammel, including Pierre, who is 3 for 8 against the Orioles starter. Pierre has moved into the top 10 in batting average in the National League. He is 10th at 318. Melky Cabrera leads it, 364. Big turnaround story. That's one of the game's great stories this year is Melky Cabrera with the Giants.
Well, he had a nice year for Kansas City, and of course they were looking for offense. And Jonathan Sanchez over there. Ooh, how do you make this? 96 just off the inside corner. And Cabrera had a terrific year, and he is a switch hitter. And take a look. He tries to just probably an inch off the plate or right around the corner.
2-2 on a breaking ball that will come inside to Pierre.
Yeah, my recollection of Lance Barksdale that he's more of a hitter's umpire. So, in other words, you're going to have to throw it over. You know, occasionally you'll get those wide plates.
3-2 strikeout to Pierre, and he'll take it. And speed on the base pass as he will draw the walk. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Kia Motors. To learn more, visit Kia.com. You see the pitchers with 6 wins, 65 or more strikeouts, and a sub-3 ERA. Right now, Jason Hammel in that group with Sale, Price, Morrow, and Wilson. Pitchers having some really good seasons. Jason Hammel, by the way, with that 2.97, that is the 9th best earned run average in the American League. Pierce up, throw over, and back to the bag is Pierre.
So you get one of the best throwing catchers. He's a DH today, and they will probably test the arm of Ronnie Paulino. And if you're Charlie Manuel, why not? You get the right guys on, and they have 3 guys that really run a lot. That's Rollins and Victorino, and right there you can see back trying to keep Juan Pierre with 10 steals, been caught twice.
Against Jason Hammel, base stealers have gone 3 for 6. Ronnie Polino, of course, with limited action behind the plate, has thrown out just 1 of 3. The 75% mark lifetime reached by Pierre. And he doesn't go, and a big cut taken, as Pence always does. And he's had a 5 for 9 in this series.
Well, he just gets his hits. Of course, there's the good fastball, and he has a lot of velocity early on this afternoon. Well, the WIETERS factor is, number one, they don't run as much because they respect his arm, and when they do run, if you get him the ball, very much like Rick Dempsey, he's going to throw you out.
0-1. Pierre does not go. That's going to be a base hit through the hole. Pence continues to pick up the singles in this series. That's 6 hits in 10 at bats for him, and the Phillies have 2 on here in the first inning with 1 out.
Well, you talked about the fact that they were all singles, but you still got to get your hits. And the good news about that, if you get 2-2, 3-2, Pierre might be running. So he's still at second base, double play in order. And we've seen Thome, even though he's got a bunch of hits in this series, he's hit into a couple of double plays.
So Jim Thome comes up. He's 5 for 9. He's had 1 home run in the series and 3 RBIs. He's 0 for 2 lifetime against Jason Hammel. Switch is on here in the infield. Runner's going to go to third. Polino can't find it. No, it hit him. They're going to go anyway. He was not going to take the base. Thome was waiting, and the third base umpire looked at down it by the home plate umpire Lance Barksdale to Gary Cederstrom, and it is a hit by a pitch.
Well, yeah, I think what Jason Hammel said, did he swing at this pitch? It didn't look like he did. Of course, she'll try to get him. Maybe you never know. It really didn't matter. Polino couldn't find the ball, so the bases are loaded.
So the base is loaded, only 1 away, and Shane Victorino, who's got a 5-game hit streak, will stand in. Victorino, the switch hitter, has gone 4 for 9 with a home run and 5 RBIs, all of those coming in 1 game. So right away, chance for the Phillies, and the pitch is taken up high for a ball.
And how about if you're Cliff Lee, you're 0-3, your ERA is under 3 runs a game, they're getting you 2.23. You think he's not sitting over there hoping for some offense?
And this team has done well, 7 for 16 with runners in scoring position in this series. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Victorino will pop that one up. Oh, this could be a big out. Infield fly rule is called. Handled by Tolleson, and a second out recorded on Victorino.
Gary, I've pitched a long time, and the one thing that has impressed me about Jason Hammel, he'll throw any pitch in spite of that fastball at any time, and you'd think that would be a fastball count, and he throws him a changeup. And Victorino gets fooled, and that's how you get the pop-up. You're thinking dead red, and he just pulls the string.
That is a big out right there. Now 2 down, bases remain loaded. And that will bring up their hottest hitter. Ruiz doing the catching again today. Ruiz hitting at .349, 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. He's having a career year at the plate. He's got Pierre, Pence, and Thome on. And the pitch will be taken down low for a ball. A great chance for both of these teams to have a big inning. Offensively for the Phillies and mentally for the Orioles. If they can get out of this. 1-0 delivery on the way, set up in the outside corner, and that's where the pitch was.
Yeah, breaking ball, and again in the fastball count. So other than Hector Luna, who's playing first base and doesn't have a lot of ABs, this is your best hitter with runners in scoring position. .341 for Carlos Ruiz.
He's just out of the top 10 in that department in the league. And a broken bat down the line that's going to fall in. That is a foul ball. That shattered the bat as he was out in front of it, and the count will go to 1-2 on Ruiz. And Hammel with a chance to get out of it. All 3 runners were all the way over to third and around.
Well, there are times when you do this, and you could see it's really not. It's kind of around the sweet spot, but maybe up the bat a little bit. And of course, Pierce is out. I mean, he's playing pretty deep, and you're on the mound, and if that ball's fair, you have nothing you can do about it.
Ruiz, 1 ball, 2 strike count. The Phillies, with 2 outs and runners in scoring position this year, are hitting .111, way below their overall .260 mark. And Hammel's been tougher in these situations. Overall, teams are hitting .237 against him, with runners in scoring position this year, .227. 10 points lower.
Yeah, actually, that's about 70 points better than Cliff Lee, who's having a heck of a year, just doesn't have any wins.
So now a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Ruiz with the new lumber. 1 for 6 in the series. Has started 2 of the games behind the plate. And here's the 1-2 delivery. And he struck him out. And it is a big inning for HAMMEL. They had the bases loaded, 1 away. Victorino and Ruiz go down. Cliff Lee to the mound, the Orioles to the plate. Sellout crowd yesterday, and there'll be another one or close to it here today. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Andino, Hardy, and Jones, Wieters, Paulina, and Reynolds, Pierce, Tollesson, and Chavez. With JJ this season, the 253 and some power numbers and RBIs.
And take a look at our scouting report. Well, hard to believe that you pitch this well and you still haven't won a game. 0-3 at home, 0-0 on the road, 2.92 ERA, under 3 runs a game. Well, they've scored him absolutely nothing. 2.23 runs per game. And then Rubber on the road, 60-36, 4-0, with a very low ERA in his last 4 decisions. So he knows how to pitch. He is a strike machine. Fastballs away, cutters in, and doesn't hesitate throwing the ball over the plate.
Andino will foul that one back. And quickly a 2-strike count on him. You see the numbers with the lefties having the advantage in average and the right-handers the advantage in home runs. Lee with a 71% effective rate of retiring leadoff batters, and probably is going to retire one right here. And the high sky Luna. And he gets under it and makes the catch, and Andino's retired.
Let's take a look at the Phillies defense. Pierre, Victorino, Pence, same as yesterday. Wigington, Rollins, the same as yesterday. Martinez comes in for Fontenot, who really struggled. Rollins, of course, made an error yesterday. Luna over at first. And then Carlos Ruiz, one of the best hitting and catching throwers in the National League.
Defense really let the Phillies down, helped the Orioles. The Orioles came away with a couple of unearned runs in the ball game yesterday. And that pitch will be taken away for a ball as Hardy, J.J. Hardy, stands in with a hit, 10 at bats, a home run, 2 RBIs in the series. Now hitting at 245, and Lee will get it in there for a strike. Orioles are 9-6 against left-handed starters this season. They have all season long had a batting average about 20 points higher against lefties than against right-handers. 1-1 delivery, inside corner, strike.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of pitches to hit, and then when he gets ahead, the cutter will come in. He'll stay out of the middle of the plate. And again, he 91. Maybe we'll get a little bit above that.
Jammed him and got him.
There's the cutter slider. Cutter maybe a little bit flatter. The slider just keeps coming at you if you're right-handed. You think it's going to be on the corner. Look how far this turn. I mean, it's almost in the middle of the right-handed batter's box. But again, the one thing that, well, one of the things, probably the key thing as far as I'm concerned,
Cliff Lee, 6'3", he throws the ball downhill and hides it as well as anybody.
This is a matchup of staffs. The staff of the Phillies that strikes out all kinds of people, and an Oriole team that strikes out a lot. And you've got the best in that department on the mound for the Phillies. The Orioles have had 10 strikeouts in each of the first 2 games of this series, yet have found a way to split it thanks to the walk-off homer by Adam Jones, who had no chance on that one, coming in on him 0-2. Jones against Lee, 3 for 14 with a home run lifetime. Lee against the Orioles has 4 wins and 2 losses. He's lost each of his last 2 starts against the Orioles. Jones gets the base hit up the middle and continues to be one of the best 2-strike hitters in baseball. 2 down, 1 on.
Really does a nice job of just not over swinging. We saw him do it the first 3 times up, and then got the single and then the high slider for walk-off home run.
And that will bring up Matt Wieters, the designated hitter today for the Orioles. Wieters with a 3 for 9 and an RBI in the series. Toss over to first base. Jones standing on the bag. That was interesting. Maybe that was just to see if Luna could see it. I don't know.
Well, they described Hector Luna. They're vicious in those Philadelphia. Stone-handed Luna over at first. Oh, yeah.
Stone-handed Luna.
Oh, no. I mean.
Oh, my.
Well, and then the article started out a plethora of defensive miscues and a lack of timely hitting, which is actually the way they played.
That's right.
I mean, it wasn't like they were lying, but the stone-handed, that's a whole other issue.
Hard.
We haven't seen that because we haven't seen Hector. We did see Hector hit a home run.
That's why he's in the lineup.
Yes.
Wieters takes the pitch down low for Wieters. 320 right-handed, 219 left. Continues with the power from the other side. 8 of his 9 home runs hit from the other side of the plate. And the pitch will be taken for a strike and a 1-ball 2-strike count from Lee. Lee comes in with 119 wins, 72 losses in his career. As a Philly, he's 24 and 15, Cy Young Award winner from 2008. 1-2 pitch. Wieters met it, and it goes over Wigginton's glove. Jones is going to try for third. Pierre didn't exactly hustle after it, and the throw comes into second base. And the Orioles have runners on the corners with 2 down.
Well, the one thing that Juan's played enough that when you don't get to it quickly for whatever the reason is, you don't want to be throwing to third when you don't throw well, and then let the trail runner, which will be Matt Wieters, there's another bad hop. I mean, this field is in beautiful shape. Well, we saw the ball hit the edge of it, and it plays in front of you. And you know Pierre doesn't run well, but he doesn't fall for it. He didn't have a play at third.
So the Orioles will try for a 2-out RBI from Ronnie Paulino. Paulino getting his first at-bat in this series, and Paulino gets the base hit, and that will score Jones. Paulino has been unbelievable coming off the bench to pinch hit or play, hitting over 290, and that's his 5th RBI, and he's only had 42 at bats.
Yeah, he came in 3 for 12. That's 250, and that number goes up. It'll shoot way up, but it's about getting balls in the middle of the plate and being ready. There's your little cutter. It does not get to the corner, hangs around the middle of the plate. And the reason they got Paulino is not because of his glove, because he hits left-handers well. And you just saw an illustration of that.
So the Orioles get a 1-0 lead on 3 base hits after there were 2 outs in the inning. And here is Reynolds. And he'll take the fastball way up high that will back him off the plate. Reynolds an 0 for 4 lifetime against Cliff Lee, but he's had a tremendous month of June, even though he has had an 0 for 4 so far in this series.
Well, he's never even made contact.
1-0 pitch inside corner.
I mean, he's faced him 4 times and struck out 4 times. And of course, if you know Mark Reynolds, he does strike out 47 Ks and 123 at bats, but with 1 swing, this game will be 4-0.
Hitting .321 off left-handers and .179 off righties. And behind on the count here, 1 ball, 2 strikes from Lee. Up to 18.
Yep. And again, the numbers that count, 294 with runners in scoring position, but Reynolds, he's not. The only way he'll see a ball in the middle of the plate if he makes a mistake.
And he got it. That'll be 2 strikeouts in the inning for Lee as Reynolds just drops the bat at the plate, not believing the last one. Paulino gets the RBI, though, and the Orioles the lead. By Luna, call for the Luna Double and get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. We go to the second inning, bottom third of the order for the Phillies. Wigginton, Luna, and Martinez. Phillies are 29-32. They lost a game in the standings yesterday as they are 7 games behind the Nationals, while the Orioles in third place in the East, they are just a game behind Tampa Bay with the Yankees in between them. The Yankees have been the hottest team in the East of late. They are a half game behind Tampa Bay. New York winning 7 out of their last 10. They're the only team in the East to have that record in their last 10 games. Ty Wigginton with a 5-game hit streak, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. 2 for 9 in the series for the third baseman in for Polanco, who continues not to be on the DL, but unable to play. Can't swing the bat with that thumb and wrist problem he's got. And a strike taken, and quickly it goes to 0-2. Jason HAMMEL has had 4 career appearances, 3 starts against the Phillies, 1 win, 2 loss, and a 6.75 ERA. And that one's grounded to short. Big hop for Hardy. Stretch made it first by Reynolds. 1 down. The Maryland Lottery Strike It Rich contestant of the game, Larry Rexroth from Abingdon. And Larry's already won $500 for every strikeout you get today from the Orioles staff. You're going to win 100 more from the Maryland Lottery. See how you can turn non-winning Strike It Rich scratch-offs into cash and enter to win great Oriole prizes at mdlottery.com/strikeitrich today. And here is Hector Luna. You're going to have a Luna second inning. You might want to have one hitting in it. And Luna will take it down low for a ball.
Yeah, the solo home run. In fact, the Phillies hit solo home runs 3rd, 4th, 5th innings yesterday.
And the delivery will be taken for a strike. Luna's 8th start for the Phillies. 7 of those have been at first base, including today, as Luna was called up from AAA ball on the 11th of May. That one's going to go to right and fall in for a base hit in front of Andy Chavez. Second hit for the Phillies. Comes with 1 away. Purchase an Orioles Legends Celebration Series package and lock in your ticket to each of the 5 remaining games in the series. The next one's going to be Saturday, June 30, and it'll honor Earl Weaver. Each of the series that you attend, you get the replica sculpture of the day's honoree. You can order your ticket package now and get the Frank Robinson sculpture in addition. It's 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com/legends. Here's Michael Martinez. He's starting at second base in the ball game today. Martinez, another one of the call-ups on June 7 when Freddie Galvis, their fine young player, went on the DL with a back strain, and Martinez came up to take his place. He'd started the season with a fractured right foot he got in spring training. Swing and a miss on that one, 1-1. Luna at first base with one away. There are the numbers for HAMMEL in the games he's pitched against the Phillies. Not a big lead over there for Luna at first base. Throw over and he's back standing.
Yeah, look at all the numbers with Jason HAMMEL, and I actually had texted Jeremy Guthrie, who was traded to Colorado, and I said, how you doing? Are you healthy? And he said, yeah, but a two-seamer non-existent. Well, you pitch in Colorado, your two-seamer can be non-existent. So all the numbers for him, I mean, he looks totally different from what I heard. And I saw him early in his career when we talk about Jason, but he comes to spring training, makes a little tweak in his windup. The two-seamer's good, velocity's good, curveball's good. It's like he fields his position. He can hold runners. He can do a lot of things to help you win ball games.
2-1 count. Luna not going. That ball's put in the air to center. Wind blowing out to center. Jones. And the other situation with that is obviously if you know that a pitch you rely on is not working well, in your mind when you're pitching out there in Colorado, every game's got to be tense and worried and trying to fine tune it.
Well, in Jeremy in his text, he said, and I'm not getting my breaking ball over. That's really hard. When you're a two-seam fastball guy, it doesn't matter how hard you throw. You get movement, you get ground balls, and then you can't get your breaking ball over, or maybe the changeup's not working. Yeah, and it does become physically and mental.
Yeah.
And then the emotional part of pitching comes in, where you're just hoping to pitch well versus saying, I'm going to go out here and do this, this, and that, and I'm going to have some success.
Now there are two down with the runner still at first base. Top of the order, Rollins flied out to right field. His first time up. Jimmy Rollins 3 for 12 with a home run lifetime off the Orioles' 29-year-old right-hander, Jason HAMMEL.
And the one thing we've seen from Rollins, he wants the ball in the inside half. That's where he hit the home run off of Tommy Hunter yesterday. So if you can command your pitches, it looked like a change-up. I can tell you what kind of arm at 90 just missed at the outside corner. But again, it was a fastball count, so he was trying to pick up that outside corner.
Rollins has had only one hit in his last 11 at-bats. Coming into this ball game, now one for his last 12. Pretty good-looking pitch right there, but does not get the call, and he goes to 3-0 on Rollins.
Do you think Charlie Manuel with his Phillies now what, 2-8? Does he let him go here? Hope for a fastball in the inside half.
Rollins will take it. Didn't matter on that one. Way up high and away. And that will be walk number 2, surrendered by HAMMEL. Now HAMMEL comes into this game with only 1.5 walks per 9 innings. He has the 6th best ratio in that department, but he's already walked 2 in this game in the first 2 innings.
Well, today is this is what pitching in the summer in Baltimore is about. You know, temperatures could be anywhere from 90 to 97, maybe 100. High, maybe not as high as humidity as you can have. There's a breaking ball for a strike. On the field, you have to be able to acclimate yourself so you can grip the ball. I know that seems, wow, that's easy. Well, it isn't easy, because you perspire. You know how you conduct your warm-ups. Do you sit down even for 2 minutes to get yourself collected?
Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way, and it's outside. Pierre drew a walk his first time up. 2 down. The Orioles have the 1-0 lead. You see, with no outs for the Phillies, 28th with 1 out, 37% with runners percent of the runs, and then with 2 down, almost 45% of their runs have come with 2 away. And they've got a 2-out situation here in HAMMEL with a 2-ball 1-strike count on Pierre. 34 pitches thrown by HAMMEL so far. Maybe just 2 or 3 over what the average would be. 2-ball 1-strike count. Hardy moving in at second base behind Luna, and a ground ball slowly. This is going to be tough for Andino. It'll be a base hit. He tried to shovel it with his glove. Pierre with a great speed, and they're loaded again.
I'm happy he didn't catch that ball, and I'll tell you why. Because if he tried to make that flip, it's not something you do. You don't know where this ball's going to go. You could have hooked it in the web. It could have gone straight in the air. And if it did, the Phillies are going to get a run. So
the Phillies have loaded him for the second time in 2 innings.
Yeah, good pitch, bad result. And that's what speed does. That's what Juan Pierre does. So what is that? What, 14th infield hit? 13th infield hit for him?
There are your base runners. Luna's at third. Rollins at second with the walk, and Pierre the single on at first base. And here's Hunter Pence, their leading home run hitter with 13, 5th in homers in the National League. He had a single his first time up, bases loaded, and 2 down. Pence with a big cut.
And hitting .203 with runners in scoring position. Look at these numbers right here. And I think we just saw there. I mean, that's a good curveball, but it's a ball. So can you slow the game down? Very aggressive player, good hitter, good power, good base runner. Does a lot of things for you to help you win.
Pence with an 0-1 count. That is going to miss inside. Pence has had 5 opportunities with the bases loaded. Has gone 0 for 5. Has picked up a bases loaded walk on the season. The Phillies, as far as home runs are concerned, have 1 Grand Slam home run this year. So again, Hammel's having to work at it here in the second inning. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The delivery to Pence. Takes it. It will miss inside. 2-1.
Yeah, if it's another curveball, you can see what they're trying to do. Get him out with something other than a breaking ball. So you can see Polino sitting away, has to reach back, and ball not that far inside, but it is inside. One of those curveballs that kind of went around the plate.
Pence has had only 3 hits in his last 38 at bats with runners in scoring position, and Hammel's trying to add to that. 2-1 delivery to him is a strike in the inside corner at the knees. High Red Sox or not, and the count is 2-2.
Yeah, I think he thought it was a little bit inside, and so that's 4 straight curveballs. You get the message here. Don't want to throw him a fastball. He threw one by him. Yeah, he threw one by him the first time, and then he came right back and got all over it.
2-2, 2 down. Pence. Hammel's delivery to him. Ground ball up the middle. He's got the base hit. Luna will score. Rollins will score. And the Phillies have a 2-1 lead as Pence gets his 37th and 38th RBIs.
Got a fastball to hit. And it wasn't a good one. Right down the middle, and then watch Jason Hammel. He falls off. I mean, that's right over the pitching rubber. And Dino can't get it, and the Phillies are happy. Pretty much right down Broadway, trying to stay away from the fastball, and then didn't defend his position.
Well, the Phillies get the lead, and our Exmo brought to you by Jose Cuervo. Runners on at first and second base now with 2 away. 2 for 2 for Pence, and here's Thome. Hit by a pitch his first time up. He's going to go into left field against the shift. Pierre's going to come around to score, and it is a 3-1 ball game. The infield was shifted around, and there was nobody in that shortstop hole.
Plus, that's a terrific at bat by Jim Thome. You know, you hit 605 home runs, tendency to overswing. Look at this, 2-seamer away. It stays up. He goes with it. Always been a great left field hitter. Perfect example of it there, and there's your 3rd run.
We talked about all these 2-out runs that the Phillies have scored, doing it again here in this inning as they take the 3-1 lead, and that will bring out Rick Adair to talk with his battery.
So there you go. Again, not that many more strikes, and at the end of the day, it's not always about that. It's about, are they in the middle of the plate? So not being hit hard, but only the infield hit here at Cheapy, and then you throw in the base on balls. That's kind of sets up the inning.
Thome has had a big series, his 4th RBI. Thome on to that base hit is 6 for 10, and he's had the 4 RBIs in this series. And the pitch will be taken away. Victorino up, popped up with the bases loaded his first time up, as Hammel into a long inning here. He's thrown 25 pitches. 1-0 delivery, runners off first and second. That will miss, and the count goes to 2-0. Hammel's had good luck first and second times through the lineup. This time, though, the Phillies in the second inning have scored 3 runs. Hammel had given up only 4 runs total in the second inning in all of his other starts. And that one hit him.
No, I think I got the bat,
ball.
Gary. Yeah, up and in off the somewhere up on by the handle of the bat and way up and in. You can see Jason struggling right there. Gets I guess actually right around the label.
Tried to hold up in the swing and put the bat out there instead. So Hammel will get the strike, and the count will go to 2-1 on Shane Victorino. Victorino, 5-game hit streak coming in, 7 for his last 21. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Pence off second, Thome off first. 2-1 delivery, 3-1.
Well, they got 6 hits and 6 runs on Friday. So if you don't make good pitches, or you get a couple of bad breaks, a couple of balls that might have been able to be caught on Friday night, they can do some damage.
Saw the 3 for 5 already with runners in scoring position, and they're loaded for the 3rd time, and that is the 3rd walk.
It almost looked like the ball slipped out of his hand. And how many times have we seen Jason Hammel have the kind of outing with almost equal amount of balls and strikes and shaking his head? It's always been a very positive thing because he's been that good.
5th time he's given up 3 walks in a ball game, but 3 is his high on the year. And here is Ruiz down to 3rd and foul. Ruiz is the 9th Philly to come to the plate here in the second inning. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. Phillies in a matter of inning and 2/3 have loaded the bases 3 times. They've got the 3-1 lead, and with a chance to add more right here. That will be taken 1-1.
And then all you got to look at is the spray chart on Carlos Ruiz, and you know why he's having such a good year. 15, 25, 15 to left, 25 up the middle, and then boy does he use right field, 19 of them. That's a lot of base hits all over the ballpark.
The 1-1 delivery to him, and that's a check swing and a pitch away, and it goes to 2-1.
Yeah, normally Jason Hammel's able to tantalize you by throwing his breaking stuff close enough to the plate. So far this afternoon, that hadn't been the case, with only a couple of exceptions.
Ruiz with the bases loaded this year is 4 for 9. Here's the 2-1 delivery to him, and that's going to be fouled back. And Hammel trying to find that final pitch to end this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 33 pitches in the inning, 50 in the game. That pitch count has jumped dramatically here in the second inning. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and Ruiz a roller to short. Hardy's got it, force at second, and that will end the inning. But 3 runs are in as the Phillies bat around here in the second inning, and now lead it 3-1. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Acura. Acura Advance. By Verizon Fios. Welcome to America's fastest, most consistent, most reliable internet. Welcome to life on Fios. And by Chevy Cruise, offering the best highway mileage of any gas engine in America. Well, it is already a field day for Cliff Lee. He's talking about the lack of run support that he has had this season. Winless over his last first 9 starts here this season, and he's got a 3-1 lead in the ball game. The Orioles with Steve Pearce leading it off go to the second. Tolleson and then Chavez. Pearce has had an 0 for 2 in the series, and he will take it for a strike. Pearce doing a great job in left field yesterday with 2 fine catches. Gets his second start in left field in this ball game. He's only had a couple of at-bats in the interleague games, and that will be fought off in a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Yeah, he's going to wear out that inside corner to right-handed batters. Get ahead and just keep coming in, and it works. Last game, 12 strikeouts, 7 2/3 innings, and Houston 10 back in the middle of May.
Came in again. He should be sponsored by some bat company, because there's no question he's right up there at the top of the list with sawed-off handles. Probably provides more business than any other pitcher in baseball right now, at least.
And
3-ball 2-strike count.
And he tried to locate that outside corner, and of course, after getting presented with that 3-run second inning, does not want to walk anybody. You can't hit it fair, because it's just off the inside corner, and again the illusion. And boy, I've seen Carlton when he was with the Phillies and on the way to the Hall of Fame. Guidry, Sparky Lau, great reliever. Mickey Lolich, a lot of lefties that could just bury that slider down and in. And
3-2 delivery, got that one out over the plate, center field. Victorino back, and he makes a nice catch 400 feet away on the fly ball.
But again, the wherewithal to be able to throw a strike and then let your defense work. And again, if you get it away, they're going to hit it to the big part of the ballpark. Otherwise, it's a home run. And Shane runs it down. Never takes his eyes off it. He makes it look pretty easy.
1 away, and that'll bring up Tolleson, getting the start at third base. His first appearance in this series against the Phillies. Tolleson, 8 hits, only 34 at-bats on the season for him. Signed by the Orioles last November as a free agent, and certainly has been needed with the injuries. And the utility player who can be moved around, and has been, by Buck Showalter. 0-1 delivery to him, and that will be a strike call. And the count is quickly 2 strikes.
Yeah, he played a lot of third base because they've moved Mark Reynolds over to first, but that's not usually, more of a middle infielder.
It's his 10th start at third base this year. Check swing and fouled that one off. Stays at 2 strikes. Orioles 3-2 in interleague play. The Phillies are 2-3. Though the Phillies have a far superior batting average in interleague games for Charlie Manuel than the Orioles. I mean, it's substantial. About 100 points higher. Buck Showalter's team has found ways to win with a .222 batting average. They've scored 23 runs in the games, while the Phillies are hitting .290. They've scored just 25 runs. Only 3 more than the Orioles.
Well, against the Nationals, I didn't do that series, but it was home runs, I think. And then it was a home run that won it yesterday.
Pitching staffs are almost dead even. 4.96 for the Orioles, 4.79 for the Phillies in interleague games. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Tolleson down to third again on that inside pitch. Coming into today's play, the American League has the lead over the Nationals, 38-32. American League teams are averaging a run per game more than the National League. So that means that ERA is a run per game higher for the Nationals. 2-2 delivery down to third, and that is a foul ball. Just missed getting that one off the line. Gary Cederstrom, third base umpire.
Trying to play dodgeball and make the call. The hands go up. Usually they'll kind of point. There you go. Rainy days, dodgeball in the cafeteria.
Good movie. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Oh, that's the one with what's his name? Yeah. What's his name? Oh, what's his name?
And up high by Lee. Tollesson with a tough at bat right here, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Orioles with 1 away, nobody on. They got the first run of the ball game, first inning. RBI Polino, but 3 scored on 4 hits in the second inning for the Phillies. Talking about Cliff Lee and all the numbers, he is the first Phillies pitcher not to have a win with an ERA of 3 or less after 9 or more starts in a season since the ERA was tracked, and you got to go back to 1912 for that. 3-2 delivery, and that's going to be punched the other way into the seats for the foul ball. It will stay at 3-2. So Tollesson has taken him 11 pitches here in the 1 at bat. Chavez waiting on deck.
Well, you want to get to their bullpen, and it's the kind of day where it is warm. Probably the hottest day for both of these clubs.
3-2, and Lee will win the battle with his 3rd strikeout.
Boy, that's Steve Tollesson said they didn't do this in the big leagues. Keep wearing out my thumbs and then pull the string. Watch this changeup, and it's perfectly thrown. Great arm speed. And of course, one of his cohorts, Cole Hamels, has a fabulous changeup. There it is. Just you can see the bat head well out in front of it.
The Lee's got 2 down, nobody on. Endy Chavez moving to the 9 spot with a left-hander on the mound. And first ball hitting in the air. Shortstop Rollins going back, and he's got it. So the Orioles are retired in order. We completed 2 here at Camden Yards in the rubber game of the 3-game set. League news and notes. Chris Sale with the White Sox has won his last 5 starts, posting a .98 earned run average, and he has struck out 43 in that time. Gio Gonzalez with Washington pitching really well. 3 hits to the Red Sox, 6 1/3, a .168 opponent batting average against him. And the Pirates continue hot. They beat the Royals Saturday. They now have 11 wins in their last 14 games. It's their best 14-game record period in 8 years.
And they come to Baltimore on Tuesday. On the road. The Phillies will. TOME's very happy. They're going to Minnesota and then Toronto. He could be tired by the end of this interleague period.
DH all the way around.
At least the opportunity to do it.
Phillies batted around in that second inning. Wigginton, the first man up, grounded out. He starts this inning off as well. Fouls it away, and a 2-strike count.
Well, you know that Rick Adair, the Oriole pitching coach, and Jason HAMMEL had a little conversation, because you rely on your You're a guy, a lot of times your pitching coach won't say anything, but you know they're there. It's kind of like a golf coach when you're making birdies. Everything's good.
0-2 delivery in the air to center field. Jones. Wigginton retired, one away, third inning. On Tuesday, the O's will open that interleague series against the Pirates 7:05 game, and every Tuesday here at home is Ollie's Bargain Night, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. All upper reserve seats, $9 in advance. Get your tickets 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. Hector Luna with a base hit. He scored in the second inning. Pence had 2 RBIs and TOME 1 in that inning. Starting pitching and its importance again highlighted yesterday. Tommy Hunter, 7-inning start. The Orioles are now 14-0 when their starter goes 7 or more innings in a ball game. 9-0 at home, 5-0 on the road.
Pretty telling statistic, wouldn't you say?
And never changing. I mean, it may not be perfect all the time, but yes, it is.
Well, this year it is. And so again, fastball hitter. Fastball, but it was a good fastball. Knee high. Boy, the outside corner. I'm reminded of what Tom Glavine used to say when he was pitching for Atlanta. Why are you guys so good, Maddox and Smoltz? Because we can throw the low and away knee high fastball. It's a great point to start. Really tough to put much on that type of pitch.
Jason Hammel with the 2-2 delivered to Luna and a ground ball towards third. Tolleson. 2 down. This Phillies team 3 games under 500. The team won 102 games last year and finished first, only to have the Cardinals take them out in 5 games. And the Cardinals, of course, going on to win a world championship. Charlie's Manuel and his ball club have been to the postseason 5 consecutive years, and a real disappointment last year in the postseason for them. It's fouled away by Martinez.
Yeah, short series. You've seen it with the Cardinals. Their last 2 World Series championships. It's not that they're the best team in baseball, but they were the best over that period of time. And it seemed like last year it was the clutch hits, did it in the World Series, and then Chris Carpenter.
Yep, they were outstanding, and they had, of course, you get people like Freese coming along and playing well. David Freese, who nobody even heard of before, has a spectacular postseason, becomes the hero of St. Louis.
When you come out with that Game 6, they came back from 2-run deficits twice when they were down 3 games to 2. That'll win you some World Series.
Here's the 0-2. That's why Texas has such a burr on for this season, having been twice 1 strike away from winning a world championship. Couldn't do it. Martinez with a 1-ball-2-strike count. And he went around. Home plate umpire makes the call. So Hammel comes back after the Phillies had hit around in the second and retires the side in order in the third. And time for our AT&T Mobility Trivia Fact. The O's have recorded just 14 extra base hits in the last 9 games. They have also struck out 77 times. And we told you against this Philly staff, that's pretty easy to do. 3 strikeouts, no extra base hits so far in this ball game, going through the lineup once. Lee, with no walks, 3 strikeouts, will face Andino, Hardy, and Jones. Andino back in the leadoff spot with that .250 average against lefties, .242 off right-handers. And Andino will take the off-speed breaking ball for his strike. He popped out his first time up.
Yeah, we've seen Cliff Lee. I mean, that's the way he used to pitch at Cleveland. Of course, he did go 22-3. Cy Young year. He used all his pitches.
Blooped. And no play for Luna.
So you've seen cutters and changeups and curveballs and fastballs. And I guess it's why he's Cliff Lee. The amazing thing is he throws them all for strikes.
He was drafted once by the Orioles. The Florida Marlins drafted him in '97. He didn't sign. The Orioles drafted him in '98, and he didn't sign. 0-2 delivery taken down low. Picked up by the Phillies, of course, free agent 2010. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Andino. He's had lower ab problems, muscle problems that have put him on the DL over his career on 4 separate occasions, including once this year. Gets that one in for the strike. 4 strikeouts for Lee.
Yeah, he gets those oblique pulls, which is sidelined for about 9 days, the end of April. That's why he only has 9 starts, 10 this afternoon, and again in, and Ruiz goes right there, and he just has such a good windup. If you ask anybody that's ever had success at this level, they say why? Well, because I can repeat my windup. And then if you can hide the ball and you have good stuff and you're smart and you have a good catcher, look at Ruiz. I mean, this is the perfect situation. If you're a young pitcher, whether it's the Orioles or the Phillies, just watch the catcher and watch where the ball goes. There's the glove.
J.J. Hardy on the big cut will foul it off. Hardy struck out his first time up. See the numbers. The largest increase in average this year versus left-handers, right-handers. That is a 128-point differential. And that's going to be fouled back. Hardy has been among the top 10 in batting average against left-handers most of the season. And the Orioles will need that bat to be going against this left-hander in this ball game. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hardy at .252 on the year. Jones waiting on deck. And that's right there. 5 strikeouts for Lee.
Take again. There's Ruiz. There's the ball. Now, even if it's an inch or so off the horn, you earn it. There you go. 55% fastballs, cutters. So that's hard stuff. Pretty much 76. Cutter maybe moves a little bit more. We've seen the changeup already today, and then we've seen 11% curveball.
And Jones will foul it away. Strikeout wise, he had 12 in that last game against the Dodgers, which is his season high. His career high was 16 against Atlanta. That was last year. 2 down, bases empty. Jones with a single. First time up, fouls that one back, and it's 0-2.
I was talking to Rich Doobie, the pitching coach for the Phillies, and he was, again, we were talking about it yesterday, a hula hoop, so you're kind of a Ferris wheel, you're throwing over to your front side. He said, but all good pitchers, what they have in common, at least one of the factors, a still head. And watch Cliff Lee way to get his head over his front side, so he can throw the ball downhill, and you get that angle. And for him, I mean, he closes the front shoulder and then pretty much throws right over that side, and that's why the cutter is so effective. I don't think you see it.
Jones hitting .300 against the left-handers, couple points lower against righties. Hasn't made much of a difference for Adam. Lee has thrown 9 out of 12 first pitch strikes so far, and that's not unusual for him. The off-speed pitch is going to be way up high in a 1 ball 2 strike count. Lee was watching yesterday, saw Jones going after those pitches that were up around the eyes or higher. Tried to get him to chase a tantalizing off-speed pitch. Here's the 1-2 delivery to him, and he got him. That's 6 strikeouts. He has struck the side out here in the third. 3 complete. The Phillies lead it 3-1. Madison is brought to you by AT&T 4G LTE. With speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G, AT&T rethink possible. By Hyundai. New Hyundai owners are talking about their cars in the booth. And by your Baltimore BMW centers. 3-5-0 for the Phillies, 1-3-0 for the Orioles. Phillies have already left 6 on base in this ball game. They left 4 on in the first game. Phillies have been a team to leave a lot of runners on base, 5 in the second game, and they've already upped that to 6 here in this one. Jimmy Rollins, and he'll ground that one towards second base. Played by Andino. And 1 pitch and an out. Rollins, who had drawn a walk and scored in the second, is 0 for 2. Hammel, with a quick inning in the third, retired the side in order.
Has 64 pitches, so he'd love to be able to do that and maybe pitch through 6 innings, give himself a chance to have his team come back and rally against Cliff Lee, if that's possible.
Hamels has not lost at home this season, 3-0 with an ERA of 1.73 coming into the ball game, about double that on the road. And here's Juan Pierre. Pierre with a walk, a single, a run scored. Now has a 4-game hit streak. And the pitch is there for a strike, 1-1.
Well, Gary, I found myself in these situations where if you give up early runs, you just say to yourself, hey, that's it. That's my bad inning. Can't do anything about it except learn from it. And it looks like he's done that. It just looked like he lost his rhythm in the second. Wild, couldn't make quality pitches. He knew how to get Hunter Pence out, couldn't get to anything but the fastball, hit the 2-run single up the middle, and then got unlucky with the Pierre infield hit.
That's going to be to left and a base hit. Pierce was playing way in, but even with that ball got there in a hurry, so a 2-hit ball game for Pierre. Orioles reliever Darren O'Day is going to be at the official Orioles team store in the York Galleria Mall on Wednesday from 11 a.m. to noon. Your chance to meet and greet with Darren, get an autograph, talk Orioles baseball. That's Wednesday, 11 to noon at the official Orioles team store in York, PA. Get more info at OriolesReach.com.
What's that unicycle he rides around on?
It's called a solo
something,
solo bike or something like that. Maybe he'll bring that out there.
That's going to
takes it everywhere he goes.
That'll be a little jaunt.
No, bring it with him in the car.
Oh, in the car. I thought he might go take that.
Then he ride around the mall.
48 miles up there to York, Pennsylvania or so.
That would be a ride.
But downhill coming back.
That would be a ride.
It would have ever.
1 down. Hunter Pence, 2 RBI single in the second inning, 2 for 2 in the ball game. Pierre's halfway to second base, but he does not run. Juan Pierre's had a big lead over there in the times he's been on base, 10 out of 12 in stealing bases with his Philadelphia team, 42 out of 50 in stolen bases. 1-0 count. Pence fouls that back. One of the Philadelphia people was telling me somebody was talking to Pence about taking the ball the other way, and they looked at him like, have you ever watched him swing? He may take the ball the other way, but it's always going to be by accident.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one swing in his wardrobe, and it comes from the back foot, back heel, with everything he's got.
But the amazing thing, he got 3 2-strike hits yesterday, so the ability, got one today. Wasn't a great pitch from HAMMEL. He threw him 4 straight curveballs and then a fastball over his head. Got a 2-strike fastball the first time up. Again, 2 strikes. So he's had at least 6 hits in this series with 2 strikes.
2 in this ball game. Here's the 1-1. There goes Pierre. Here's the throw down Polino, and did not get him.
Charlie Manuel. He's got the guys. He's got the horses. I like the opening, by the way. Belmont, trot, home run. It was great.
We have good riders.
Yes. Well, you were only reading it. I understand that. But, yeah, again, you got a base stealer, 11th of the year, only been caught twice. That's what you got to do.
The runner in scoring position with only 1 away. And Pence gets another shot at an RBI. 2-1 delivery on the way, and good pitch by HAMMEL. It was down and away, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Now, he looks like he's one of these guys where if, and this is an if, when you're on your game, maybe you can do it. Outside quarter of the plate. Get 17-inch plate, so you've got about 3-4 inches out there. If you can get it there, probably going to get him out. Can you do it?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lets that one go. Pence is tied for first in the National League in go-ahead RBIs. He has picked up 14 of them. He has the go-ahead RBI, at least for the moment, in this game. See the Phillies 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They are 5th in the National League now in that category. 3-2 delivery, and he walked him. So HAMMEL has walked 4 in the ball game. Puts runners at first and second with 1 away.
Yeah, it's a combination, Gary, of him being wild and them having good at bats. Because the 2-2 curveball, easily we've seen hitters swing at that. He just took it.
That's the most walks surrendered on the year by HAMMEL, and 1 shy of his career high, which is 5. Here is Jim Thome.
And then the pressure of trailing 3-1 and not wanting to give up any more runs. You feel like you have to be perfect.
Thome with 2 on and 1 down, and the DH will take it down low for a ball. Hit by a pitch, then picked up an RBI single in his second at bat. 4 RBIs against the Orioles in this series. And Thome has done a number. 1-0 count. Big shift still on again. Thome went the other way with it before. It's going to be a play at first only. And Thome is retired. No chance to get Pence at second base. 2 down. Runners now at second and third. Seems as though every time Victorino has come up in the series, it's been an RBI opportunity. He came up in the first inning of this game with the bases loaded and popped out. Came up in the second inning of the ball game with 2 on base. He would take a walk to load him up, and now he comes up with runners on at second and third and 2 down.
And then if you're Jason HAMMEL, you watched him drive in 5 on Friday night, and then the guy behind him is hitting 341. So hell.
And the delivery to Victorino. Correcting numbers we had earlier on this. Jason HAMMEL with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. The opposing batting average against him is 111. The Phillies with 2 outs and runners in scoring position are hitting 274. So something got to give matchup right here.
Well, we've already seen it happen back in the 3-run third. And collectively, they're 260 on the regular season. It's difficult to get a hit with 2 outs.
Victorino with a 2-0 count. Pierre the lead runner. Pence at second. And that bounces off the glove, and the count goes to 3-0, and you got Ruiz waiting on deck.
Yeah, it's almost a preference that it appears that they'd rather pitch to Carlos, and again, he's red hot, but he's been able to get him out twice on a couple of breaking balls.
3-0 count. See if he throws a strike here. He does, and the count goes to 3-1. So Hammel's had to work in 3 of the 4 innings. He got the side in order in the 3rd, but the other 3 have really required some effort, and this one's not done yet. 81st pitch coming. 3-1 delivery, and he walked it. Yeah, he's reached his career high in walks with 5.
Yeah, that's kind of a pitch around.
And Ruiz gets another chance. He came up with the bases loaded in the 1st inning and struck out. Came up with a couple on in the 2nd inning and hit into a fielder's choice. Now he's got the bases loaded again. The Phillies have just had a ton of runners on base in these 3 games.
Well, they play better on the road and they score more runs on the road. And it seems they're more comfortable.
Ruiz will take it. It is a strike. He's 1 for 8 in this series. A couple of hits and 8 at-bats lifetime off Jason Hammel.
So you've just loaded him up for a guy that came in hitting .398 on the road.
Here's the 0-1 delivery to him, and Ruiz swings right through it. And the count goes to 2 strikes.
Well, that's the Jason Hammel that we've seen most of the year. Good late life on his fastball. It's been a struggle this afternoon.
3-1 lead for the Phillies. Trying to add to it with 2 away. And Hammel trying to end it right here again. Right into the windup. Timeout taken. Apparently asked for by Ruiz. Big moment in this ball game here in the top of the 4th inning. Started the day at 92 degrees. Lots of sun, blue sky. 0-2 pitch. Paulino, the runner's going to come. Here's Hammel, and they don't get him. Pierre taking off on a ball that only got away by about 8 feet. And the run scores, and it's 4-1.
So he pokes the single in the left, steals second, and then you throw a breaking ball. You're trying to finish it, which is what he does. And it only does get a little bit away. And Jason, and he comes in quickly, but this is what speed does. Jason can't get there. It's a foot race. And you see not much hesitation. But Juan Pierre gets the tremendous read on it and scores easily.
And for some reason, Victorino's still standing at first base. Moving over to third base was Pence, but Victorino didn't go anywhere. That's inexplicable. And a 1-ball 2-strike count now to Ruiz with 2 down as the Phillies get a run in. The 3rd wild pitch of the year by Hammel.
And again, Victorino can run 13 out of 15. And
there he goes.
Yeah.
Ball is popped up, and that will be into the seats.
Well, you have Paulino, as we mentioned, is he's on this ball club to catch when WIETERS is not catching, give him a day off, and hit DH sometimes against lefties. So you know Charlie Manuel's got a good scouting report. He saw him in the National League. So they're going to push the envelope here. It's really tough because you have speed at first, speed at third. And if you do throw through, they may get the 5th run, not even having to get a hit.
John Russell relayed the signs to Paulino on what they want to do. Whether they would throw through here with Victorino running. Got to believe Hammel might throw over with Victorino taking off on that last one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and there's that look, and he was going. Victorino was taking off, but didn't get far enough and comes back.
Well, next year probably won't have to deal with that because they're going to outlaw it.
It's on the board to be outlawed, that move right there. Ruiz with a 1-ball 2-strike count. There goes the runner, and there's a chopper that came off Paulino and all the way back over the screen. Paulino wants a moment to regroup. He's heading out to the mound. I hope Ronnie's all right. He started running out to the mound and then stopped. That one hurt. He's coming very slowly back as he looks over for the sign.
And those are the John Russell Orioles bench coach, former catcher. So he's able to relay how they're going to try to handle this first and third with speed.
1 ball, 2 strike count again. Ruiz hanging in on this count. Runners at first and third. There goes the runner. And again, it's punched foul. Victorino getting the workout at first base, with Ruiz fouling off pitches on this 1-2 count.
And you're seeing why his average is as high as it is, because he's taking good pitches and staying alive. Not trying to pull them, just flicking them foul till maybe he gets something better to hit.
It's going to get the pitch count of HAMMEL up to 88. Base runners with a walk. Pence, he's at third now. Victorino with a walk, he's at first. And Ruiz again with that 1-2 pitch. HAMMEL's delivery to him, jammed him and got him. Home plate umpire said he went around. That will be the only run that comes in on the wild pitch, but it gives the Phillies a 4-1 lead. A big inning in the second. 3 runs, 4 hits for the Phillies. Pence with 2 RBIs. TOME getting 1. The Orioles RBI coming from Paulino in the first inning, and then it's been Cliff Lee with no walks and 6 strikeouts.
And run support, something again I got to think, I didn't definitively say, but only 16 runs in his 9 start, 2.23. Has to be the lowest in baseball.
Got the 3-1 lead in the ball game. The Orioles have left 2 on base. They came in the first inning. He's retired the last 7. (4-1) if I said otherwise.
Yeah,
here is Matt Wieters.
Cliff wants every run he can get.
That's right.
And
the pitch is taken down low.
Don't be taking runs away from me.
I have a hard time getting them. I don't need to lose them.
You can see Matt Wieters working on stuff.
And Wieters will take the pitch at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Wieters a single, acting as the DH in the ball game today, while Paulino's doing the catching and hitting behind him. 1-1 delivery, and Lee will get that one in for a strike. He is 2 for 4. Wieters is off Cliff Lee. Orioles needing base runners now. Big run, that wild pitch that Pierre scored on. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that will miss inside. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Wieters has been one of the Orioles' hottest hitters of late. Has really picked the pace up.
Yeah, using the whole field, and you can see right there again, he had such a phenomenal year hitting. Came into this game hitting right-handed last year, hit .339, had 11 home runs and 121 at bats. This year came into the game with only 50 at bats against left-handers. There's his hitting instructor, Jim Presley.
.344 month of June, 1 home run for Wieters, and Wieters was praying that was not going to be a strike. And it goes to 3-2.
Good eye. Lance Barksdale, like we said, he's been very, very good. He is making the pitchers throw the ball over the plate, and Lee's been able to do a better job of that.
3-2 delivery on the way, and he walked him. So there is the first walk surrendered by Lee in the ball game. He struck the side out in the third inning. The Orioles get the leadoff man on. For starting lineups, in-game updates, and O's team coverage you can't afford to miss, sign up. Mass and mobile alerts. Text Orioles 29292. First time the Orioles have had the leadoff man on base. That'll bring up Paulino, get the RBI base hit. The Orioles had 3 consecutive singles with 2 down in the first inning. Paulino getting the third and the RBI. And that will miss away for a ball. Paulino 3 for 6 at bats against Lee. Ronnie Paulino this year with a .278 off left-handers. 1-0. Dump back into the screen. 1-1. Look at that number for Lee in run support is the 3rd lowest apparently in the majors.
Really?
And I don't know who the other 2 pitchers are.
Well, they're on suicide watch because
they are
below 2.23. It's incredibly low.
1-1 delivery, and that should be 2. Rollins. Martinez can't get it out of the glove and then throws it away. It got him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Luna able to get a glove on it and apparently reach back with a foot. It looked like he had come way off the bag.
So yesterday it was the Phillies with fielding Culberth at second when Worley made a bounce throw. Take a look right here. I mean, you'd think this is routine. All you got to do is catch it. Well, he can't get it out of his glove, and then he yanks it. And let's see. He's probably actually on the bag.
I think he got it right.
Now, yesterday, I mean, all kinds of articles about how they didn't get the call. But again, the foot in contact. I mean, it's bang, bang. Of course, you make a good play. It's routine.
Who said Luna can't play first?
All stone-handed. Made a great play. Well, maybe it's grounders.
That was an outstanding
he's
reach.
Good. He's good. He's good on throws.
Good on throws, not on
grounders.
There's a big double play. Takes that leadoff man off. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds called out on strikes his first time up. 1 of 6 recorded by Cliff Lee in the ball game. That's something else the Orioles have done a lot of, hitting into ground ball double plays. Things the Orioles worried about in spring training were worth worrying about. One was the strikeouts. One was the lack of speed. Another was hitting into ground ball double plays because you had a lot of station to station hitters who were going to be hitting right behind one another. And all 3 of those have been ongoing concerns for the Orioles.
And they're all real problems.
That is going to be taken down low, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, 6th in runs, 12th in on base percentage. Got some guys with minuscule base percentages. Dan Duquette, general manager, comes over, says, hey, we want to get guys better meet who had a good on base percentage last year, but that hasn't happened to this point.
Reynolds will take it, check it first, and he did not go around on it. The Orioles, of course, have lived off the home run. They are 4th in the American League in homers right now. They have 81 home runs. That slugging percentage is 4th best, and that has allowed them to win these ball games. As we showed you, though, the extra base hits of late have been few and far between. That one is going to be foul. 3-ball 2-strike count on Reynolds.
And Mark's just trying to make contact off of Cliff Lee. 5 for 5. 5 at bats, 5 strikeouts over the years.
Lee with the 3-2 delivery, and he walked him.
So back-to-back walks, or 2 walks in the same inning. Wow.
The Stay in Baseball brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. Make memories of your own this summer. Book your vacation at OCOcean.com. See, in 2005 on June 10, the Orioles beat the Reds, the first time in history that there were 3 500 home run hitters all appearing in the same game. Sammy Sosa, Rafael Palmeiro, and Ken Griffey Jr. all in the same ball game.
Really? So you don't think that? Oh, I guess they had to have. Yeah. Okay. Because you could have had Banks and you could have had Matthews and you could have had Aaron, but
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Here is Steve Pearce. Takes the count with 2 down, 1-0. Lee got Pierce to fly out to center. Also on this date, back in '59, one of my favorite players. I don't know why growing up, because he's playing for the Indians, and I was not an Indians fan, but Rocky Colavito became the 6th player to hit 4 home runs in a ball game. It came against the Orioles. A fan had poured coffee on him in the outfield, and he was really mad and threatened to get back at him. And every time he came to the plate, he hit a home run, went back out to the fan and pointed to him. I told you not to do that.
And Rocky was a great hitter. I actually faced him at the end of his career and didn't want to get him upset.
No.
Fairly.
Looks like Ted Kluszewski. Victorino not going to get to it. He will cut it off, however. Reynolds will go to third, and diving in with the double is Pierce.
Yeah, they play him pretty much straight away, so he's able to find a hole in the defense. That ball was in the air a long time, but Victorino, who's won a Gold Glove, he just can't get to it. You could see him in right center field. So he's got to go a long way. If he's playing even a step to pull, that's pretty routine play. The plays in front of Steve Pearce, you better make it when you're 3-run down, and he does.
Well, this is a big chance for the Orioles now. I mean, here's an inning where they've had 3 of the 4 hitters reach base with that double play. Eliminated the leadoff batter and the second hitter. So now it's the Orioles looking for the 2-out RBI. Tolleson, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Orioles have their 4th hit of the game, their first extra base hit. That's a strike.
And another on this date in baseball history, Oriole trainer Richie Bancells married his wife Carol
today.
34 years.
Wow, congratulations. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be out of play, and Lee gets ahead on the count, 2 strikes. What Richie probably did, it's just a guess, because he bought those turtles in Chicago, remember?
Yes.
Because his wife heard us talking about them and wanted some?
Yes.
What do you guess? He kept those under wraps.
No, they were gone in about 3 days.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Thought he would have held them off for the anniversary.
Big family.
0-2 delivery is taken away, 1 and 2.
Nice little take there. Cliff Wee, 2 walks in an inning, even though one of them was a race on the double play. And on this day, you want to get to their bullpen. You don't want to see Cliff Lee, as good as he is, out there for as long as he wants to be there. You got to knock him out.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Tolleson, he rocks it way back in left field. Goodbye, home run, a 3 RBI homer, and the Orioles have come back to tie the ball game.
Well, Steve Tolleson's second home run, and they got a veteran out of the minor leagues, and you could see how excited he is.
Tolleson gets his second home run, and with 1 swing of the bat equals his RBI total that he had coming into the ball game in the previous 11. Boy. And the Orioles have tied it.
Yeah, the old big eraser, the 3-run home run.
Showing bunt, and Endy Chavez fouls it off.
They take a look, short porch down the line. They try to come in. He doesn't quite get it. Also, again, thousands of bats in the minor leagues might have been looking there.
And all coming with 2 away. The walk to Reynolds kept it alive, doubled by Pierce. Endy Chavez will take the pitch. Lee has given up only 8 home runs all year, and 7 of those have been hit by right-handers. Chavez popped out his first time up. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Endy Chavez puts it in the air, right center field. Pence has got it lined up and will make the catch. But the Orioles get it done with 2 away. Tolleson comes through with his second home run of the year to tie the ball game up. Monday, 5 to 6:30. Tom Davis, Mel Anton, Phil Wood, Dave Johnson. Complete recap of the weekend. Amber Theo Harris sits down with Juan Samuel and a preview of the Pirates. All coming up Monday at 5 right here on Masson. I don't know where he faced him. We're taking a look here. Tolleson came into this game 2 for 2 off Cliff Lee.
He owns him.
Now he's 3 for 4 with a home run.
He owns him.
He owns him. It's 4-4. Buck Showalter looks at those things. I mean, I've noticed as the season goes along, a lot of managers kind of look at that. Buck Showalter's lineup tends to lean towards those hitters who have had the best numbers against the opposing pitcher. And every game, especially for the Orioles, with all these lineups that he has to make out, that's a key, seems to be a key for him.
Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, he was in the big leagues with Oakland in 2010, so it must have been when he was either with Seattle or Texas, same division. And the other thing Buck looks at is how a player does in a specific ballpark. Because some guys they see the ball better, whatever the case may be, and he factors that in. Buck factors pretty much everything.
Everything, yeah. Not much left out.
And he's not the only guy that, we don't want.
1-2 delivery. That's put up in the air, right field. Andy Chavez. Ty Wigginton is retired, one away, 5th inning.
Yeah, I don't know if he's the smartest guy in the room, but he's certainly among the top one.
He doesn't miss.
No, he
doesn't miss.
Well, I thought, I don't know who, if we got in the middle of the night on Friday, but anyway, there's been so many things said. But one of the interviews the other day was, to me, so telling. He said he prepares us so well. And players need that. I mean, you have to play well at whatever you're doing. But it's nice to have coaches and managers that prepare you. They give you the information. They explain it. This is what we want to do. Men at work, George Will wrote that. That's what they said, one of Tony La Russa's great strength with certain players.
And the delivery is going to be taken outside, so a new life right here for Jason Hammel. Now, problem for Hammel is that pitch count is rocketed up there as he's had to really work in all but the 3rd inning, and he's thrown 94 pitches. Reached at and fouled back by Luna, who has singled and scored and grounded out. Our great staff has looked and found out that 2 for 2 by Tolleson against Lee came when Tolleson played for Oakland. Lee was pitching for Texas in 2010.
He was traded from Seattle to the Rangers.
Delivery inside.
Yeah, off day tomorrow, so the bullpen, and actually with the exception of Dana Evelyn, looks like he may be going to the starting staff. They're pretty well rested. I mean, Darren O'Day, well, they pitched because they went 12 innings, but they've been overworked.
2-2 is fouled back. Again, Buck Showalter holding off on that number 5 spot in the rotation. The decision won't have to be made until the 3rd game against Pittsburgh. Orioles are going to see one of their former starters, Eric Bedard, pitching in the upcoming series. Arrieta's in the bullpen, of course, and apparently out of the rotation for a while. Chen's going to go against Lincoln on Tuesday. Brian Mattis, Kevin Correa will pitch in the 2nd game, and then the Orioles TBA against Eric Bedard in game 3. 3-2 delivery invented. Hammel gets his 4th strikeout.
Yeah, finally able to get the breaking ball over. And it's a gutsy pitch, but this is what he does. Today, it's really not about stuff. In the press room the other day talking about stuff, a lot of guys have stuff, but can you command your stuff? That's what Jason Hammel's done so well. Today, it's been a little bit of a struggle.
Martinez hitting 9th, has flied out, struck out, showed bunt. Over the 100 pitch mark now for Jason Hammel. 100. And the 1-0 delivery, and will be fouled back.
Yeah, most he has thrown, and then that would be back against the Red Sox in Boston, 115.
Hammel's had 50% mark of first pitch strikes. That is below what he normally does. He will get that one in there and get ahead on the count here. Ball and 2 strikes.
We've seen him so many times, Gary, up in Toronto. He really didn't have that 2-seamer, but he was somehow able to hang around for 5. Even against Chicago, where he ended up striking out 10, it just seemed like a work in progress. But he's very tenacious, and you could see things just aren't working the way he'd like to. But he's still in the game, and he's still giving you everything he has. and he'll steal you all his pitches. That's what you do as a starter, especially when you get to be around 30 years of old and age, and you have a lot of experience.
2-2 delivery in the air to center. Adam Jones, he's got it. And the second 1-2-3 inning picked up by HAMMEL. Ball game tied at 4. Match game tied at 4-4. There's your line. And for the Orioles, we talked about this in the open of our broadcast, how the Orioles have, when you look at the numbers, you wouldn't think their record is what it is. They find ways. Here we go again. Now, they may not win this ball game, but they found a way to get back in it.
And I think what we've seen, and, Jared Saltalamacchia, who's having a nice year for the Red Sox, we're around the cage. I talked about it during the game. He said, this is a different team. You can see, you see it in their eyes. You can see the way they play. This is a ball club that's doing what other clubs used to always do when they'd come in here and roll over them. They're grinding it out. It may not be pretty today. Hey, Earl Weaver, 3-run home run. So Tollesson, he 2,600 at bats in the minor leagues. Here he has big home runs. But who would have expected Cliff Lee? Doesn't get a lot of runs, and then he's starting to walk guys. He walked Mark Reynolds, and he never had put the ball in play against him. So it's just one of those years, Gary, where things happen.
And for the Orioles, Buck Showalter's even allowed himself now, I've noticed over the last 2 days, to talk about if we're going to stay in this thing. He has refused to say those kinds of things prior to that. That ball put up in the air by Robert Andino to center. Victorino is there, and he's got it. And there's one away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. O's Extra postgame tune-in is brought to you by PNC Bank. For the Achiever in you, as Jim and Rick will be standing by to take a look and review however this comes out. We'll listen into Buck Showalter's press conference, and there'll be player interviews and more, all coming up after the ball game. Lee, 1 pitch and 1 out. Here's Hardy. Hardy has been a strikeout victim twice in the ball game, and will take the pitch away for a ball.
And then the general manager, Dan Duquette, on the pregame show on Friday, we're in it to win it.
You better be. No sense doing it otherwise. But now getting to, Buck Showalter is the last person who's going to talk about that, and he isn't talking about it in any depth at all, but he has allowed himself to say that a couple of times here. If we're going to stay in it, then we need to do this or that. 2-0 count on Hardy. Hardy will take that one down the line and foul. Souvenir on a hop. And a 2-1 count. Well, 8 left on base by the Phillies, 2 by the Orioles.
If you could, this would be a very, in a week to 10 days, this club could look a little bit differently. You could get Markakis back. May have had the stitches taken out today. He was lobbying for it. Could have Brian Roberts back. You could have some different starters. Britton could be back. Reimold, you hope that at some point is going to come back. He was red hot. So you can internally get better.
Yes.
And certainly there are some guys that could do a little bit better, especially the starting pitching.
That one in the air to right field again. Pence is there and has it. Buck Showalter was interesting during the conference with the press before the game. Asked about Brian Roberts. Specifically, will Brian Roberts be here Tuesday? He did not say no. He just meandered around it saying we'll see, but he certainly is coming along well. He's going to play again today, that kind of thing, but he didn't say no. And Brian Roberts has played some games now, and everything has gone well.
But he's done the other things. He went 2 for 4 last night. Jamie Moyer, 1 hitter with I mean, pitched very well. They had signed him to see what he's doing. But the other things, I said, okay, well, how about the sliding and the diving and all those? He said he's doing those things. And that's the Brian Roberts we know if he's healthy. A very dynamic defensive and offensive player.
And that's what they were worried about as far as being able to do it and not have the concussion problems show up. Here's the 0-1 delivery to Jones, and he will foul that one back. Going for the Bromo Seltzer sign on that one.
And the ball goes fouled right back off the kind of the Wrigley Field brick behind home plate.
Now, did the hand hurt? He walked a long way off. Took that left hand off the bat.
Well, there's definitely bothering him, and we saw that yesterday. Yeah, you know, he was chasing all over. He got a fastball in the middle of the plate for a single in the ninth, and then he got a hanging slider. So, going to try to play through it.
Both of the wrists have been looked at and MRI'd. Here's the 0-2 delivery and a chopper 9-iron. Rollins, and he's safe. An infield hit, and did he hit that on the bounce? I mean, that ball was in the dirt and just barely 9-ironed to short. He's got a single.
Well, Adam Jones airs it out. Watch this out of the. There it is, little flop wedge. Long throw, and he beats it out. So he's airing it out. Not as many hits. Yeah, that's close to being a grounder. And a little Vlad Guerrero.
Looked like he was going for the wickets on that one. So the Orioles pick up their 6th hit. Each team now 4 runs, 6 hits. Here's Wieters. Wieters a single, and he has drawn a walk. And the pitch is up high for a ball.
Yeah, and if you're going to steal a base on Cliff Lee, it's going to be on the first move. Ruiz throws great, right up there with Wieters' numbers, around 38% of the time.
Only one attempt against Lee this year, 0 for 1. He steps off, looks Jones back to the bag. Well, the Orioles have picked up their runs in this ball game. 4th inning, that home run by Tolleson came with 2 down. 1st inning run came with 2 down. With both of these teams taking advantage of opportunities when there were 2 out. The runs in the 2nd inning for the Phillies, 3 of them came that way. And in the 4th inning on the wild pitch, the run came that way. 1 ball, 1 strikeout, 2 away here.
And you got a dangerous hitter at the plate. Done again, only 50 at bats, but the 1 home run was a week ago down in Tampa Bay, where Matt Moore threw about a 94-mile-per-hour fastball, and he, I mean, really hit it deep to left field.
That's a broken bat that's going to go into the Bermuda Triangle and fall for a base hit. Jones going to third. Here's the throw. It's there, but the tag can't be put down in time. Wieters gets the single. The Orioles cover the corners with 2 out.
Yeah, a little broken bat up on the label. Home run last Sunday. You can see right there, just enough up by the label. And Victorino play in front of him. And again, the infield hit with speed and all the way to third with additional speed.
Victorino with that good arm, but Jones with 2 down was going, and he had the play in front of him. So now the Orioles with a chance to get the lead in the ball game again. They led it 1-0 in the 1st inning. Phillies came back, tied it up. The Orioles came back to get the lead rather in the 2nd inning for the Phillies. 3-1, 4-1, and then the Orioles tied it in the 4th. Paulino with an RBI base hit and a swing and a miss. He has also hit into a double play.
Yeah, Ronnie came in with good numbers. Again, not a lot of at-bats, 2 for 4 against Cliff Lee. And then he gets the single, so 3 for 6. Didn't get him outbound, got him in to bounce into a double play. So right there, great thing about pitching 3rd, 4th time through the lineup, you can see what they're doing, how they're approaching you. Good changeup.
0-1 delivery, trying to get him after the pitch in the same place, and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups.
Well, here's big chance for the Orioles again. The Orioles have been able to get them on and get them in. The Phillies have gotten them on and left them. 8 left for the Phillies, 2 for the Orioles. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Paulino cues that one foul.
So back-to-back changeups. And it's fine to do that if you triple up on a hitter, as long as you make quality pitches, and Lee's been able to do that.
First warm-up action, the Orioles. Troy Patton, the left-hander. Hammel has passed the 100 pitch mark. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and he got him. Well, that'll be strikeout number 7. The Orioles no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. Ball game remains tied.
Geico highlights. Oriole lead early on. Polino single to left. 2 really good pitchers. Unlikely offense here. Hunter Pence 2-run single back up the middle. Phillies will take the lead. Eventually lead it 4-1, and then Steve Tollesson comes up. Couple of walks in the inning, but a double play, and then the 3-run home run by Steve Tollesson ties it up. Juan Pierre, good afternoon. Jonesy with an infield hit, 2 for 3, and then the big blow for the Orioles, Steve Tollesson. And Jason Hammel still on the mound for the Orioles.
And it'll be the top of the order. Rollins walked in the second inning and scored. Officially 0 for 2. He's had 1 hit in 13 at bats in this series. That was a home run. 1-0 delivery to him and taken for a strike. Rollins has now had 3 home runs in his last 44 at bats. He had 1 in his first 200. He's on a power tear. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him up in the air to left field. Pierce waiting. 1 away. Our PNC minor league report brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. Talking about Jamie Moyer earlier, the veteran pitcher pitching in AAA. 5 innings, gave up only 1 hit. And you see of the pitches thrown, got 7 ground ball outs, 3 fly ball outs, 52 strikes out of the 84.
49 years old. Well, I don't know if he'll pitch here. I know that there's a history between Dan Duquette. He's the general manager of the Orioles, and I think it's great that he gives him an opportunity. Whether it fits here, but he's certainly an audition. I'm not sure if after Tommy John I'd want to come back and want to pitch in the big leagues, but I'm not sure I want to do it in Colorado, and that's what he tried to do, and he had a good spring. So
he certainly lends depth to the organization, which what the Orioles are trying to do, because they've had so many call-ups of players. It's really hurt the minor league team, especially AAA. Jones coming, he's done it. Pierre retired on the fly ball out, 2 away here in the 6th inning. On Saturday, June 23, the Orioles take on the Nationals 7:05. The first 10,000 fans 15 and over will get the 20th anniversary Oriole Park at Camden Yards tumbler presented by Ocean City, Maryland. Don't miss this fun collector's item celebrating the ballpark. Get your tickets in advance, 888-848-BIRD, to go to Orioles.com. Hunter Pence will try and air one out here. Pence has had 2 singles and drawn a walk. He's got 2 RBIs. Now 7 hits in 11 at bats in the series against the Orioles. Pence has really put the numbers up Here's the 1-0 delivery, and the big penalty foul back.
Well, he's a big guy, yeah, and he does. He looks, again, we talked about it yesterday, a little bit unorthodox, but until he makes contact. And trying to think of the player that came out of Oakland and went to the Diamondbacks, outfielder Eric Burns. Their description was he plays with his hair on fire, and this is a similar, bigger version.
Certainly when he swings, his hair is on fire. He is one of the most awkward-looking hitters you would ever imagine to see in Major League Baseball. That's a pop-up back. Paulino at the screen and will not have a play on it.
Yeah, I watched the little demonstration by Rick Dempsey, who was very good at that. Find the wall, lean on the wall, and use it as a kind of a brace to measure yourself.
Push the screen back.
Yeah, you saw that too. Of course, now this is the same catcher that in Minnesota dove into the wire screen and had to leave the game because he had lacerated his nose. He did a
2-2 delivery, hacked at the third. Stop. Tollesson, hero of the day, apparently is playing at third base. A 1-2-3 inning for HAMMEL. A 3-run homer and denied Pence his third hit of the ball game. We remain tied. Again Tuesday for more Orioles action as the Pirates are coming in for 3. Wei-Yin Chen takes the mound against Brad Lincoln. Our coverage on MASN 2 HD 630 O's Extra, presented by Jeep. And then the game at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. Andrew McCutcheon's been putting up the offensive numbers for the Pirates. Joel Hanrahan's 3-0 with 17 saves in the pen. And they have won 11 of their last 14.
I think the Orioles, maybe 5-6 games in spring training because they're contiguous in Bradenton against the Pirates, so they kind of know each other. Of course, McCutcheon got the 6-year deal, a nice little signing. They said maybe the fastest guy in baseball.
He's fun to watch unless you're on the field against him.
Yeah, trying to get him out.
Yeah. Here is Mark Reynolds. Reynolds with a walk, and he has struck out. Cliff Lee, Jason HAMMEL are doing the battle here today. The two starters for the Orioles, 4-7-0. For the Phillies, 4-6-0. 1 ball, 1 strike count. These teams extra innings, 12 innings before the walk-off homer by Adam Jones yesterday, splitting the first 2 games of the series. 1-1 delivery, and that's on the inside corner for a strike to him. 1-2.
And Mark's saying, boy, that's a big inside corner. But again, this is what Cliff Lee does.
Reynolds.
The numbers you were talking about, Gary.
Big.
Over 300 against lefties. But again, the power number down.
There's the off-speed pitch, tantalizingly swung on and fouled off. Lee is now approaching that 100 pitch mark.
I think the most he's thrown this year, 122. But again, a good ratio. just the one inning with the 2 walks. And
keep in mind, he has not won a game, gone 0-3 this year, 9 starts. That'll be inside to Reynolds. The Phillies are 3-6 in the ball games he has started this year. And as we mentioned, averaging 2.23 runs. They've almost doubled that today, but it's not enough yet. 2-2 delivery to Reynolds. That'll go in the air to left center field. Not a good jump, but a good catch made by Pierre.
Well, there's a couple of things that are really tough to do in the outfield. A line drive right at you. It's hard to tell whether it's going to sink or rise, and then the big swing, and you see right here, so it might take a little drop step, and you're right about not getting a good jump. This is the end of being able to recover with good speed.
Gets the out, and that will bring up Pierce. He has doubled, scored, and flied to center field, and he tears into one that's going to be a foul ball, and not by much. Just missed at the fair pole.
Again, the position on the ball on the plate, and it is way up there. Good fastball hitter, and again coming out of the Yankees organization, but originally with the Pirates.
Here's the 0-1 delivery to him. Luna near the tarp, and never got there. It hit the top of the tarp. Actually a catchable ball, but couldn't get it lined up.
Well, he got tarped. Rick Dempsey, again, he did his little Dempsey's corner, and you would like to be able to find the wall, but the tarp is different. It's much lower. We've seen guys actually jackknife over that. Michael Swimmer, who threw the home run to Hardy on Friday night, even though the Phils were able to win. But that's probably the toughest place because of that low tarp.
0-2 delivery, and Pierce will go down swinging after all that. That is the 8th strikeout for Lee. For every Orioles walk this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield will contribute $50 to support the American Heart Association Heart Walk. To date, 171 walks for a total of $8,550. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Here is Tollesson, who's having the big ball game. The home run, 3 RBI shot, 4th inning, tying the ball game up. Fine defensive play we saw at third in the last half inning against Pence to deny him a hit. 2nd of the year.
Yeah, part of interleague play, or even young players coming up. You get 2,600 at bats in the minor leagues, but you don't know them as well. And you're wondering I always want to know, where's their power. So for Cliff Lee, he found out a cutter that doesn't get all the way to the inside corner, and Steve Tollesson was waiting.
Here's the 1-1 delivery by Lee. Takes that one down the line the other way, and a fine running catch made by Pence. And it was a fair ball. That'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3, 6 complete. 4-4. And today's 7th inning is brought to you by Hyundai. Before new Hyundai owners even stepped off the lot, we asked them to tell us about the cars they just bought. You said it, we heard it in the booth. So the Orioles starters out of there. Jason HAMMEL with the 4-run, 6-hit, 6 innings. He did walk 5, equaling a career high. 4 strikeouts. Here's Patton.
So there are the numbers. You can see, I mean, really commands the ball well. This guy does a terrific job. You know, he gets lefties out, the righties with a little bit better numbers. Those are all the home runs. What I like about Troy Patton, I mean, he commands the ball. He does have 4 pitches, but he's pretty honest with himself. So the first thing he said after giving up a couple of runs in Boston, he said, boy, I was just too amped. You know, I'm just a little bit too excited. I didn't make my pitches. And boy, when you get young pitches and he's only 26, you like people to be able to have that self-analysis so they can take a step forward.
So HAMMEL really regrouped and rebounded for the Orioles after the 3-run, 4-hit second inning in which the Phillies batted around. He ended up retiring the last 7 batters that he faced in the ballgame.
Makeup. Jason HAMMEL was about makeup today because he was struggling with his stuff. It was good. He just couldn't command it.
Here's Jim Thome leading it off. Thome, an RBI single, has been hit by a pitch and has grounded out. Thome up against left-handers on the year. He's only had 9 at bats. And the delivery to him, and that will be a check swing that he did go around on. Thome, correct that, only 4 at bats against lefties, 0 for 4.
When he came into this series because of the back problem, they only had 20 at bats. Struck out 11 times. And
0-2 delivery to him, and he puts that one in the air to left. Pierce gets over and will make the running catch. Thome is retired in the 7th inning. Voting for the 2012 All-Star Game is underway at Orioles.com/All-Star. Hope you'll support the Orioles and those others in baseball who you think ought to make it to Kansas City. Orioles have launched their Vote Orange campaign, where you can do it online or on your phone up to 25 times. Certainly Adam Jones, Matt Wieters, J.J. Hardy, Jim Johnson, all worthy of All-Star consideration. You don't get to vote for the pitchers, though. Also, you can call the Fan Assistance Center, get the I Voted campaign sticker and a $5 off voucher for a future ticket purchase. Here's Shane Victorino. Victorino, a couple of walks and he's popped out.
Yeah, and this is his power side of those 8 home runs, 5 hitting off lefties. Last year of his 17 home runs, he hit 14 of them against right-handed pitchers from the other side of the plate.
0-1 delivery to him, put up in the air and back by the screen again and over. Victorino's hitting .327 off lefties coming in and .238 off right-handers, so about a 90-point spread and better from this side. 0-2 count. Victorino to be followed by Ruiz as these teams battle in yet another close game at 4-4 in the 7th. Here's Patton's delivery in the 0-2, and that'll be fouled away again.
Another well-located pitch that Shane Victorino just tries to. I mean, you're pretty much forced to hit it the other way because of the location of the ball. And that's what. But again, if you're coming in this ballpark with a short porch at the power alley, only 364, this is the count to do it, even or ahead.
And the 0-2 swung on a miss. Up the ladder he went on that one.
Well, you could see Paulino giving him the target and urging him. And again, 0-2, you're ahead. Victorino is going to chase. And then Troy Hackman makes a perfect pitch.
So Ruiz will come up with 2 down and nobody on. Ruiz has had opportunities for RBIs today and has not been able to convert them. Twice with the bases loaded, has struck out and has also hit into a fielder's choice. And will take the pitch on the outside part of the plate. Veteran catcher, now 33 years old, out of Panama, coming into the year with a .265 career average. The Phillies last year at 132 games. 0-1 delivery to him. And so far a career season here in 2012.
Not as many, obviously, as players in the major league level. Chico Simone, Roberto Kelly, Bruce Chen out of Panama, and then Mariano Rivera.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Leaned but decided not to, and it's up high and away. Ruiz 400 off left-handers. 3 of his 8 home runs have been hit against lefties. 2-1 pitch to him by Patton. He's going to up the average. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So Ruiz is on with a 2-out single, his first hit of the ball game. And another broken bat.
Good pitch from Troy Patton. Again, you're tie ball game, late innings. You're trying to stay away from the long ball. Hitters count, throws them a good changeup, and it tells you why Ruiz is hitting over 400. He has even a better at bat.
Wigginton's had an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Does have a 5-game hit streak. 250 off lefties. And Patton's pitch is away. Interleague play for Ty Wigginton now. He's picked up 4 hits this season in 23 at bats in the interleague games for the Phillies. Each team has 7 hits now after that base hit by Ruiz. And Wigginton a chopper. They got a force at second. And Dino there to get it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Tie game, 7th inning stretch time. Brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Fly straight. Drink responsibly.
Look routine, and everybody here knows how unroutine it is, but he makes it look that way, and it's almost like people don't get the full effect of what he's doing out there because it's not flashy. I didn't know how good he was. I really didn't, you know. And if I'd known then what I know now, boy, he's a good one. We're lucky to have him.
Buck Showalter before the ball game talking about his shortstop, and certainly one has got an opportunity to be an all-star. He was right there in the voting. That play he made yesterday that Buck was talking about was a phenomenal play on a ball that did not come up, stayed down, was able to turn 2 on it. And Jim, he's been that way since coming to the Orioles.
Well, he really has. And we went interleague over to Milwaukee, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and he's hitting 26, 24 home runs. And he had hurt his wrist, and he maybe had a leg injury early in the year, and he's not the same guy. And then he went to Minnesota. Not the same guy because he had a bad wrist, and then all of a sudden we get J.J. Hardy. Now, I played with Aparicio. He's in the Hall of Fame. Belanger with 8 gold gloves. Cal, who won 3 gold gloves, is in the Hall of Fame. He's a terrific shortstop, and Dallas Green, obviously, now he's still involved here, was the general manager of the Phillies, just said 2-out shortstop. I said, what's that? He goes, the ball's hit to the shortstop, and 2 outs, everybody runs off the field because he's going to make the play. And he hit 30 home runs last year.
And Hardy has certainly done that for the Orioles, and it's worked out as a great combination with Brian Roberts out, Andino at second base. He's really helped Andino, who is a shortstop, to be able to work over there at second with him. They've been a very good combination, keystone for the Orioles.
Well, he really has, and then we've had revolving third baseman, so but it's like it doesn't bother him. I said it last year. He reminds me, but a better Jim Fregosi, because Jim Fregosi kind of, had that type of flair. So he's just a very special player. And as Buck Showalter said, the Orioles are lucky to have him. They signed him for 3 years last year. So to me, that was certainly the right thing to do.
Well, the Orioles have got an opportunity now. Here we go into another late ball game that's close. This is where the Orioles have played some of their best baseball, and they've gotten Cliff Lee out of the game. Michael Schwimmer is going to come on, and Lee is going to go 10 games without a victory this season. However, this ball game turns out, and it's another one where they got the runs for him, but this time it was Lee who couldn't hold it. You see the numbers Schwimmer has, second appearance in this series, and the pitch is taken by Andy Chavez, so it's bullpen against bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th, with Troy Patton working for the Orioles and Schwimmer working for the Phillies. 0-1 delivery to Chavez, and could not hold up on that, went around on it, and a 2-strike count.
Now he came in on Friday night, got Flaherty to bounce out and Dino to bounce out. Chavez got a base hit, and then he hung a breaking ball to Hardy, hit a home run.
And Andy Chavez has gone on strikes.
So Cliff Lee again looking for that elusive first win of the year. Pitched certainly well enough to win. One mistake, a cutter, maybe slider, something on the inside part of the plate that Steve Tolleson, again a veteran minor leaguer, had a chance to play in the big leagues, able to get to. And just for that one inning, it looked like his control, his command deserted him.
So the search for the win goes on, and he'll have to wait another 4 days. And an 0-1 count on Andino, top of the order. Andino 0 for 3, popped out, struck out, and flied out. Schwimmer's fastball is going to be up high, and Andino goes after it, and the count goes to 0-2. For the Orioles, Jason Hammel, of course, with a great comeback after that second inning to keep the Orioles in the ballgame. As the Phillies, 2 RBIs by Pence, an RBI by TOME in the second, scored on a wild pitch in the fourth. The Orioles, the 3-run homer by Tolleson after an RBI single in the first by Paulino. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and a grounder down to third, foul.
Michael Schwimmer, he's tall. We didn't realize he was that tall, 6'8". So again, pretty good arm, good movement. Would like to keep the ball down in the zone. And today you have to throw a ball.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Schwimmer's given up runs in 5 of the 9 appearances he has made. He came up on June 2nd when Contreras went on the DL, his second recall of the year. So already a couple of times up and down for the Phillies. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andino to the hole, and he's got a base hit. So the Orioles get the potential go-ahead run on with one away, 7th inning in the middle of the order coming up. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here are the candidates. Juan Pierre, he scored a couple of runs, couple of hits in the game. Tolleson with that big 3 RBI homer to tie it. And Matt Wieters. Wieters in the ball game, 2 hits and on all 3 times up. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 31826.
No, tall pitcher, speed, even though Robert hasn't done a lot of running, 13 steals last year. We'll see if something happens. Does put a lot of pressure, and of course we've already seen Schwimmer against Hardy, hanging breaking ball, high fly ball down the left field line for a 2-run home run.
Hardy shows bunt, takes the pitch away. Let's see if he meant that or not. It'll move the third baseman Wigginton in a little bit. Hardy has not had a sacrifice this year.
Yeah, I don't think he's bunting here, Gary. I mean, that would be a shock to me in a tie ball game with home run power.
Back to the bag at first goes Andino.
One thing about A.J. Hardy, we know, I mean, he's got 7 of hits to right field. He doesn't hit the ball to right field. He's a pronounced pull hitter. Most of his hits center and left. So you have a young pitcher, and it's, can you command your stuff to make the pitches? And they're going to go to the outside corner.
And this is away.
Yeah.
A strike call.
Wow.
1-1. How quickly we diverted on that one.
Well, I did. That looked high and away. Certainly high. One of the rare pitchers' gifts today from Lance Barksdale.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Andino challenging him to make that throw over. Not going. Hardy will put the ball up in the air. Center. Victorino. And there are 2 down here in the 7th inning. Schwimmer, coming into the season, had only 12 major league games under his belt. It is just his 5th professional career season. 12 games came last year, 1-1, working out of the bullpen for the Phillies.
Yeah, did a great job, though, at AAA. Non-roster guy because he's young. Comes out of the University of Virginia. And then all of a sudden he goes, even in a year that you win 102 games, 9-1 in the minor leagues, people they know your name. You're on the list.
Adam Jones ready for another one. It's not extra innings. Throw down to first base. Diving back in and diving away was Luna to get the ball. Andino back to the bag on the throw by Ruiz.
I told you, very good catch and throw guy, so he's very active. And right there again, no left-handed hitter. Kind of off the back foot, but a very accurate, firm throw. And a good fastball in the outside corner.
Oh, 1 count. Jones hitting .303, 17 home runs. And that's away. He remains among the best in the American League with the long ball. You see the numbers on him, pitches out of the zone.
Well, last year he still had a real good year. 284, 25 home runs. The only guy I think in the American League that swung more pitches out of the zone was Vladimir Guerrero, who when you started winding up started swinging.
And once in a while could hit him.
Yes, he could. He just couldn't. Lost a little bit of the power numbers last year for Vlad. That's a good breaking ball when you're 6'8". And you can throw downhill. We've seen 96. It's a pretty good combination.
Adam, 4th in the American League in homers with 17, trailing Josh Hamilton, who still has the lead at 22. Adam Dunn 19. Curtis Granderson with 18. Konerko's the league's leading hitter, 363, and Hamilton leader in RBIs. And Jones upstairs goes down swinging. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Ball game remains 4-4. You have won a total of $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, play Strike It Rich Scratch-Offs and enter your non-winning ticket codes at mdlottery.com/strikeitrich. Troy Patton will stay on the mound. He came on to work in that last inning, gave up just one single.
So a nice little mixture of pitches for Troy, which is what he can do. And then even Ruiz with the base hit, it was on a good changeup.
Here's Hector Luna leading it off, and that is in there for a strike.
So even though you know this guy after watching him hit, you know he's a good fastball hitter. Doesn't mean you can't use your fastball. You just have to stay out of the happy zone, middle of the plate.
Luna 3 for 10 off left-handers. Call up from AAA, so not a lot of at-bats overall. 0-1 off-speed pitch will be up high, and it goes to 1-1. We are in the 8th inning of a 4-4 game. Orioles had a 1-0 lead, then they trailed it 4-1, tied it up in the 4th inning, and neither team has scored since. Patton ready, and here's the 1-1. And that's going to miss inside to Luna. Martinez due up, number 9 hitter, and then Rollins at the top of the order. Phillies coming in with that real fine road record. They are 17-13 on the road. And that's going to be fouled away. Orioles here at home now are 15-14. Day off tomorrow. Pirates in for a 3-game set. Mick Showalter's team a game out behind Tampa Bay. With the Yankees a half game out in between them. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and just fouled that one back.
Yeah, it looks like Tampa Bay has swept the Marlins
4-2.
Yeah, they had won the previous 2 games over the weekend.
The battle of the teams in Florida goes to Tampa Bay. Here's the 2-2 delivered to Luna. Look out. Waved at Andino. Got him.
Well, he's taking the circle route out into short right field. He wasn't trotting. He was
he almost
motoring.
Ran over Field and Culver, the first base umpire.
You can see Robert Andino taking his time and loading, and then good strong throw just in time.
Gets the out. Here is Michael Martinez, and Martinez will take it for a strike. Martinez has had an 0 for 3 in the ball game and a 1 for 8 in the series. Another Philadelphia player with limited at bats. Ground ball to the middle. Hardy's going to get it. No play to be made. Infield in.
Yeah, if Andino catches it, he's running towards left center. No play. Martinez switch hitter with good speed, and if Andino catches it, no play, and if Hardy catches it, maybe. But again, that trying to get to it, I'm sure maybe right there. JJ says, I have it, but by the time he gets it, smart play. Easily could have thrown it away.
So the single will bring Jimmy Rollins up now, and the Phillies get the potential go-ahead run on. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Rollins hitting .210 off left-handers. Overall, a .241 batting average. He's had a run scored in the game. He drew a walk, scored in the 2nd inning. Patton's pitch to him is by him, 0-2.
Yeah, and do you send Martinez? Lefty on the mound, a lot of times hard to get a jump. Don't really run on Patton. Doesn't have a great move, but doesn't have a bad one either. And Martinez every year at the minor league level very successful at stealing bases.
0-2 delivers down to third. The only plays at first. Tollesson gets it there in a hurry. Down to second base goes Martinez, and there are 2 away.
So Steve Tollesson with a big bat. We've already seen him dive in the hole right here. Easily gets to it on the run. Well, this is a guy that the middle infielders have had to learn. Little angle just to make a step to his right so he gets a better angle so he can throw across the diamond.
Now Pierre will look for the 2-out RBI. All of the runs in this ball game, 2 away. 4-4 game. Each team now has 8 hits. And the pitch is taken for a strike. Real speed, both plate and on second base. And Martinez. Pierre's had 2 singles, 2 runs scored. He's also walked in the ball game and flying out to center.
Yeah, only Chavez in right field playing deep. Everybody else really shadow for the Orioles.
That'll miss inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball game tied. Pierre gets a chance to undo it. He's hitting only .138 against left-handers and .354 against righties. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. Missed inside.
Yeah, that's a breaking ball, and there are the numbers, as you mentioned. The Phillies doing not a great job, but doing it all with 2 outs, and seems like sometimes 2 strikes.
Pierre, the National League leader in bunt hits and 7th in singles. Great speed and strike taken. He didn't like it. Reacts to it. 2-2.
Well, there, I know every time I see Yogi Berra, he said guys are ducking that pitch. That's what got me to Cooperstown. Lefties live for hanging sliders, and that's what it was, and he just ducked it because he's a line drive, try to get on base anyway, but that was a good, very hittable pitch.
Martinez off second, the 2-2 delivery. Up and into him, and a 2-ball, 3-ball, 2-strike count now. Outfield stays shallow, left and center for all of this at bat. Here's the 3-2 delivery, and that'll be looped in the air to left. Pierce will back up, and he's got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Runner left in scoring position. It remains 4-4, bottom of the 8th. App for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. You get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Just text that bat 31826 or go to Orioles.com for details. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 4-4 rubber match of this 3-game set. The Orioles came back to win yesterday in 12 innings, 6-4, and the walk-off home run by Adam Jones. Phillies took the opener 9-6. Another ball game that's gone to the bullpen. Schwimmer's pitch will be fouled off. Wieters has 2 singles and a walk. The designated hitter in the ball game today. Bullpens are going to remain active for both these teams. Savory, the left-hander.
So Savory and Johnson, the Orioles closer, and good breaking ball.
Turner gets that one in for the strike. Gave up a single in the 7th inning. Jason HAMMEL, 4 runs, 6 hits over 6. Cliff Lee, 4 runs, 7 hits over 6. 2 starters. The 0-2 delivery. Wieters climbed the ladder on that one. Third base side, Wigginton coming and makes the catch.
Well, made a nice adjustment. He came in, and then the ball, to his dismay, was probably 10, 12 feet to the right, so it made a little 90-degree turn. And
this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Polino with an RBI back in the first inning that gave the Orioles the first lead of the game. Orioles had a run on 3 hits in the first. TOLLESON the home run in the fourth to tie it up. 3-run second inning for the Phillies and a wild pitch run in the fourth. That's where the runs have come from, and since then, since that fourth inning, nada. Goose eggs on the board, both teams.
Yeah, this kid's got a good arm too. A little late life on that 96 mile per hour fastball.
1-1 delivery is there for a strike. Schwarber, 14th round pick in the 2008 draft by the Phillies. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Polino thought about it. Did it go? Nope. Made his major league debut. Schwarber did against the Nationals in Washington in August of last year. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Polino takes it and he's gone.
Got away with a hanging slider, but it fooled him. Ronnie Polino, better hitter against the left-handed pitching. You take a look. This is kind of the pitch that Hardy hit out of the ballpark. In fact, it's so high, Ruiz has to drag it into the zone. So that's pretty much down the middle of the plate, and just the spin of the ball fooled him.
Orioles 10 strikeouts in each of the first 2 games, 11 in this one. Here's Mark Reynolds, and Reynolds has one bend back in on him and catches the inside corner. Reynolds walked in the 4th inning, actually started the inning with 2 down. Pierce doubled, and then Tolleson came up and hit his 2nd home run of the year to tie the ball game. Reynolds will take down another strike. Seems though if you join this Phillies staff this year, the only thing you can do is throw strikes. You may not win every game, but you will throw strikes. They are a strike throwing machine, their pitching staff.
Well, part of it is the fact that they have HAMMEL, Lee, and Halladay when he's healthy, and the other part is probably the way they're taught.
And they're shy right now. 4 of the supposed bullpen members who are injured.
There is Roy Halladay. And then, of course, Blanton's always been a strike thrower, and Vance Worley the same.
Yeah. And has another one. So Schwarber has struck out 4, including 2 here in the inning. We go to the 9th. 4-4. Orioles baseball on Mass and brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Chili's Triple Dipper. Choose 3 appetizers from 10 delicious choices. And by Dodge. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup. Summer Day, Sunday at the ballpark, and a good one, 4-4. Another sellout crowd, 2 in a row in the third of the year. 45,267. And they're seeing a good one. We go to the 9th inning.
Yeah, such a great boon for the economy of Baltimore. All you see is Philly red. So Jim Johnson comes on. The drill is he's good. He's your best pitcher. He's your closer. Not a safe situation. You bring him in at home. Let him pitch the top of the 9th. Hope that he gets a scoreless 9th inning, which he's done, or any inning, as he's done so well. There are the numbers. And then you score in the bottom of the 9 and go home happy.
Everybody tied up today. Mets and Yankees 4-4, 9th inning. Washington, Boston 3-3, 8th inning. And we're 4-4 in this one in the 9th. Pence will lead it off. He's 0 for 1 against Johnson. And the pitch is away. Pence, 2 RBI single in the second. He's had 2 hits, a walk, and denied a hit on a fine play by Tollesson his last time up in the 6th inning. 1-0 pitch, and Johnson will come inside to him. The count goes to 2-0. Jim Johnson came on, same situation. 9th inning yesterday. Pence took somewhat of a ferocious cut, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, we haven't seen the power, but we've seen a lot of ground balls up the middle into left field. I'm sure the Orioles are happy about the lack of power.
2-1 delivery to Pence. Another chopper to short this time. Hardy. 1 down. Let's update you on the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. So far, it looks like this. You can still text in your vote to be heard, A, B, or C, 31826, and the results will be coming up. Jim and Rick will have it on the O's Extra post-game show.
Yeah, yesterday for the Phillies, it was their defense that betrayed them. Today it was Tollesson with a 3-run home run.
Here's Tim Thome, the ever dangerous. RBI single, hit by a pitch, 1 for 3 in the ball game, 6 for 12 in the series. He's had 4 RBIs against the Orioles in these 3 games. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. The all-time leading home run hitter in interleague games is at the plate.
60 of them.
Here's the 2-0 delivery to him, and he couldn't hold up on it. Foul tipped, and it's 2-1.
And the difficulty of keeping him in the park is, again, tremendous strength to all fields. Left, center.
Thome 1 for 8 off Jim Johnson. And a roller the other way. That's the third baseman, Tollesson. 2 down.
And he actually gets down the line pretty well.
Really well.
Yeah. I mean, the ball's away, so you're getting out of the box, but you don't expect Jim Thome, who will turn 42. So, again, they're going on the road. Phillies need offense and need to start winning some games.
Phillies had a 6-game losing streak coming into this one. Got out of that with the win in the opener and lost yesterday. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Victorino. 2 walks, a strikeout, and a pop out. 2 down, and the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. And being a kindly gentleman, Victorino walks out to retrieve it. Victorino, a 1 for 1 off Jim Johnson.
And he's got power. Home run off Arrieta Friday night.
And the 1-0 delivery to him. Oh, Paulino caught that one.
Let's see. He's got clocked in the mask. Off the foot. 90 plus. And then off the dogs.
He takes a moment to regroup. The only time home plate ever gets dusted off anymore is when the catcher takes a shot back there. And the count is 1-1. Victorino hitting at .254, 8 home runs. Takes the big cut and misses on a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Jim Johnson, he could get you out 3 different ways. Change up, curveball, but people just marvel at his ability when he's on his game, and he usually has been. Get the ball to sink.
And the 1-2 is a roller. Fair ball. Polino makes the play. Johnson comes on. Has a 1-2-3 inning. Buckle her up, sports fans. Bottom of the ninth. 4-4.
With us, we're coming back with those extra post game. Bottom of the ninth coming up, and a shocker. The Orioles are in a close game late in the game. How about that?
Well, imagine that. I mean, Cliff Lee and Jason Hammel both not quite as sharp as they have been, but they both turn it over to the bullpen. You know what? I smell a walk-off again.
Well, Steve Tollesson with the big blow of the game, the 3-run home run off Cliff Lee to tie it. So the Orioles looking for a run in the bottom of the ninth in the rubber game. Let's see how it turns out. Back upstairs to Gary and Jim.
All right, Jim Rick, thanks very much. And here we go with a sellout crowd making some noise. 4-4 to the bottom half of the ninth inning. The most wins, team's last at bat, belongs to the Orioles. They've done it 11 times. And the league-leading Dodgers, 10. Reds, Marlins, Pirates.
Well,
the Orioles will try and do it again.
So Tolleson hit his second home run, a 3-run shot, got him right back in the game as they had trailed 4-1 at that time. Steve Pearce, they get him just, about last weekend down in Tampa. He hadn't hit a home run yet. He's got power, just missed one off Cliff Lee, but yanked it way down the left field line. And Swimmer in for his 3rd inning.
And Pierce will take the pitch for a ball. Pierce a double, and an important one in the 4th inning. Helps set up the 3-run homer by Tolleson. Pierce, Tolleson, and Chavez due up. Bottom of the ninth.
Yep, and that's a telltale sign. Yeah, you go left, you get a little bit tired. And their outfield, if they were any deeper, they could be heading back to Philly.
This is the longest outing that Michael Schwimmer has had at the major league level. Schwimmer was working primarily as a closer at AAA this year. Ball in the air to center. Late start. Victorino finds it. Makes the catch.
No, there was your home run pitch. The walk-off that Rick Dempsey was smelling or sniffing. Of course, he owns restaurants. Always worried about are the chefs burning the food. That's more sensitive than other people. Just getting a nod.
It's probably the broken nose he had when he went into that screen, that wire screen.
No, that was a laceration. No, I think it's still the aftermath of Bo Jackson running over him at home plate.
Here's Steve Tolleson. Tolleson with the big blow that tied this ball game up. The 3 RBI homer that came in the 4th inning. Tolleson 1 for 3 in the ball game, and it's the only appearance he's had in the series is this game. That's going to go to center field. Victorino deep, but he'll have plenty of time to get there. And there are 2 down here in the 9th inning. Andy Chavez. Chavez with 2 away. He's had an 0 for 3 in the game.
Yeah, home run, his only home run down in Tampa Bay off of Jeremy Hellisan. Ran the count 2-1 and got a fastball and hit it well. Would have gone out here.
Takes that down low for a ball.
And he said, I wasn't trying to hit home, I'm just trying to have a good at bat, which is what he'd love to be able to do here.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. Sherman misses with that one, and it goes to 2-0. You can tell Sherman's taking a little extra time on all of these pitches as he meanders around the mound.
Well, he's gotten balls up this inning. Pierce just missed a home run, hanging slider to Tollesson, hit it line drive, but Victorino caught it.
2-1. He's just trying to work his way through the third out here in the inning, because this is territory at the major league level he's not used to, nor at the minor league level this year with his 9-inning saves. 2 down, nobody on, 2 ball, 1 strike count. Andy Chavez, 2-2.
And I like young pitchers to do that, because I still remember when I was a young player, Bertie Tebbetts, who was managing Cleveland, former catcher, said, rush to lose and slow down to win. Sometimes you have to just try to collect your thoughts, and it is hot. And as you mentioned, he has pitched more innings than ever at this level.
2-2 delivery, and it goes 3-2. So Chavez, 3 ball, 2 strike count. 2 down here in the bottom of the ninth. Nobody scored since the 4th inning. Troy Patton, 2 solid innings, 2 hits, and struck out 1. Johnson, an inning, retired all 3, and he walked him. And it's dangerous territory for the Phillies right now, staying with this right-hander. Orioles have drawn 3 walks in the ballgame. Schwimmer has 4 strikeouts. And here's Robert Andino.
Well, and that walk, and that's what hurt Cliff Lee. He only had 1 inning when he got a little bit wild. But again, that walk put speeds on the bases. And you are playing deep, and the intention of that is don't let a ball get over your head. But Andino, if he can hit a double up the gap, or he slices it down the line, it's going to be a horse race to see if you can score the winning run.
Ruiz went out to have a chat, a rather long one. Barksdale started out. Ruiz comes back. Bullpen is active for the Phillies. So Robert Andino stands in. Looks like he's ready. He's been up a couple of times
to face. I mean, Hardy wears out lefties. Jones, Wieters, Polino. I mean, he's got him up.
Guess you hope Schwimmer gets the final out.
Well, yeah. It's not that he can't get right-handers out, but it's not like a matchup situation for Charlie Manuel.
2 down, runner at first base. Andy Chavez. Andino at the plate. Andino a single his last time, up 1 for 4. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Andino in the big cut. 1-1.
Well, he's going for the downs. Hard to pull 93 on the outside corner.
Charlie Manuel up on the rail on the top step watching, as are the Oriole coaches. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Andino will pop that one up in the air. First or second. It'll be handled by Luna. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Guess what? Free baseball. ball game as the Orioles played 12 yesterday and won it. This is the O's 11th extra inning game. It's the most in Major League Baseball. The Orioles have won 8 straight extra inning games. That's the longest streak for the Orioles since 2010, and in fact ties the franchise record. And the Orioles have played 30 extra innings, the most in Major League Baseball, second most to Toronto, as they've had the 18. So the Orioles have played far and away more extra innings than anybody else. And for the Orioles, it'll be Darren O'Day time. O'Day coming in, worked against the Phillies yesterday.
Yeah, again, very effectively. Great deception from the Under Armour right-hander when he's healthy. And said this, just an amazing, not find, but acquisition by the Orioles, because they knew how good he was in 2009 and 2010 with the Rangers. I mean, ERA is right around 2 runs a game, a little bit lower the first year, and then he was hurt. So they go get him. They take somewhat of a risk coming off hip injury or surgery. So he's been terrific.
So O'Day will come on. In Orioles franchise history, the other teams that had won 8 consecutive extra inning games came in 1997 and 2010. And the 8 in a row, which this current Orioles team has won in extra innings, matches that mark, and that's the most ever for the Orioles. Here's Carlos Ruiz as we go to the 10th inning. And the pitch is there for a strike. Ruiz has singled in 4 times up, a couple of hits in 10 at-bats in this series. I mean, this has been quite the series. Even though the Orioles lost 9-6 in that first game, they battled back from the big 7-0 deficit and made a game of it. And these last 2 have been kind of pitch for pitch, hit for hit matchups. So through 9, 4, 8, and 0 for each team. The Phillies have left 10, the Orioles have left 6.
Yeah, and because of the injuries to Howard and Utley, your bench certainly not what it normally would be, because you have the guys that are playing.
O'Day with the 0-2 delivery, and that will miss.
Yeah, there was an article today, Gary, up in the Inquirer about the 13 position players. Their numbers are better than they were last year. But what's not, they don't have Utley, they don't have Howard, and that's 2 big parts of your lineup injured down in extended spring.
Yep. That is fouled away. Polanco may have to go on the DL if it continues. He's having problems with that wrist. Very hot day here, 94 degrees, partly cloudy now. No, it's jumped up since the start of the ball game, a couple degrees. It's been a hot one out there.
And another player, Lance Nix, who hit 16 home runs, he's been injured, so they're not at full strength. Good time to play him.
Neither are the Orioles. Off the plate, that is a foul ball. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes on Ruiz. Orioles will be very happy to have the day off tomorrow.
And it seems like there have been a lot of off days in the month of June. What, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you get in July, you don't have any because you have the All-Star break.
1-2 delivery, and he reached for it and fouls it back. Right straight back into the seats on that one. Just missed the screen.
And again, the ability, 398 hitter on the road, just to foul off pitches. We saw Adam Jones do that as he got more at bats in the big leagues.
1 ball, 2 strike count. O'Day. And he goes by everybody and caught him on the hand. So a hit batter.
Well, they try to come in, and you don't see a submariner usually go up and in, but he does, and boy, just grazes the top of that glove hand, that front hand, and you can see Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire, indicate that.
Second hit batter by O'Day this year. Now we'll see what Charlie Manuel wants to do. He's got Wigginton, then Luna and Martinez, bottom part of the order due up. Ty Wigginton has taken an offer in the ball game today. See if he's asked to bunt. Tollesson even with the bag at third. And the pitch will be taken away for a ball.
Yeah, Savory's still up in the bullpen, and of course, if they would get close to scoring a run, you may and most likely see their closer, Jonathan Papelbon.
Wigginton does not have a sacrifice this year. 1-0 count. And a little number down to first. Only play is going to be 2 first, so he gets the runner moved up as Reynolds takes it to the bag. Wigginton retired. Runner at second and 1 out. Didn't bunt, but the same result. And that'll bring up Hector Luna. Luna's had a 1 for 4. He singled back in the second inning and scored. 2 RBIs by Pence, TOME an RBI. The 4th run scored on a wild pitch for the Phillies. And the 3 runs they got in the second came when they batted around. Now Hector Luna with a runner at second.
So you had a couple of choices. Luna coming into the game 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Great number. And Fontenot 5 for 9. Also over 500. And if you chose to pinch hit, but of course you might pinch hit for Martinez, who's on deck.
Luna facing O'Day for the first time. 1-0 the count. And gets a call in the outside corner. Polino comes up. Nobody was covering second, but he just wanted him thinking about it anyway. The Orioles do not want to get too close to the bag. Defensively, they're trying to spread it out at second and short against Luna.
Yeah, I don't think they believe that Ruiz is going to try to steal third, so they're more interested in either catching or knocking a ball down.
1-1 delivery on the way, and a 2-1 count on Hector Luna. O'Day a workhorse for this Orioles bullpen, which continues to rank first in the American League with a 2.41 earned run average. 2-1. Delivery to Luna. He'll take it. High strike called. He doesn't like it. 2-2.
Yeah, you could bet the ranch that wasn't going to be a fastball in this type of situation. It's just a little breaking ball. Get me over, and it fools him.
Hitters only 192 against Aaron O'Day on the season. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Ruiz with the lead at second base. And they'll do it again. Foul back.
Yeah, that was the bad breaking ball, and if he throws him a good one, he might wave at it.
Talking about the Phillies road record, they've been outstanding on the road. Last 19 games, 13-6. They've averaged 6.5 runs a game over that stretch. Orioles have been able to hold them down to 4 so far in this one. There's the potential go-ahead. Ruiz at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch will be up high. So a full count. 3-2 with Martinez due up next. O'Day's ready. And the 3-2 will be put in the air to right center field. And DeChavez, runner halfway, will get back.
Yeah, I saw his hat go off. I thought he dropped the ball, but he held on to it. A 3-2 breaking ball to a fastball hitter. Great pitch. Good result.
And we will get a pinch hitter with O'Day on the mound. Martinez in that number 9 spot coming out. And Fontenot will come on to pinch hit for him.
Yeah, again, glowing numbers, driving in runs, and a little conference how they want to pitch Fontenot. I've had a chance to see him yesterday, and there's Luis Ayala, another one of the outstanding Oriole bullpenners.
Fontenot is 1 for 2 off O'Day. See the season numbers for him again. Not a lot of at bats. Fontenot having 38 at-bats in 19 games.
Well, he would like to atone for yesterday's defensive lapses. He said all the balls, even the one they didn't give him an error on, said were catchable, and I usually catch those balls.
And that is in there for a strike. O'Day trying to get out of the inning. Hit batter. Ruiz started it. He's at second base. Yankees came back to beat the Mets today 5-4 as they got it done in the 9th inning of that ball game. 0-1 count. Well, the Yankees continue to stay hot. They've won 3 in a row. Tampa Bay's won 4 in a row. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Inside. Stretches him back, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. O'Day with 18 pitches thrown so far in the 10th inning. Phillies extra inning ball games. They are 2-5 on the year. The Orioles with that 8-2 mark. 1-1. Lifted in the air to right. Chavez over. Back. Reaching. And he's got it. Andy Chavez having to go both right and left in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Base runner left on in scoring position. Orioles, Hardy, Jones, Wieters due up. Our ball game, the 31st annual Brooks Robinson High School All-Star Game will be played, made up of 15 student athletes, 4 alternates, 3 coaches from all across the state, matching up the north and south of high school's best players. They'll go at it as soon as this ball game is done, so they're waiting. 4-4 as we go to the bottom of the 10th.
So Joe Savory, the lefty, comes in and at least as of late has done a nice job. 3 straight scoreless appearances. The guy 13 appearances, and he's able to pitch 2 innings or more in 7 of those. So last year with the Phillies, but also at AAA, former #1 draft choice back in 2007 out of Rice University. So he's always been able to get lefties out, and again, not a matchup inning with the first 3 batters right-handers. So we'll see how he does.
So Savory comes on. Fontenot will stay in the ball game after pinch hitting and play at second base. And the Orioles will try and pick up the win here in the bottom half of the 10th. 4 runs, 8 hits for each team. Hardy will be leading it off against Savory. And we'll take the pitch down low. Hardy's struck out twice and flied out twice in the ball game. Hardy, of course, has had big numbers against left-handers, and he's looking for one to pull here in this at-bat and end it. 351 off lefties coming in with 2 of his 11 home runs.
Yeah, Savory is not a hard thrower. You look at his minor league numbers. A lot of innings, a lot of hits, A lot of strikeouts.
Savory with a 1-1. And Hardy on a good pitch down and into him. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
And that curveball will get you out.
Good job done by Michael Schwimmer. 3 innings. He gave up only 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 4 for the Phillies in their bullpen. Here's the 1-2 delivery to Hardy. And that will miss. Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two extra inning ball games back to back here in this interleague series against the Phillies for the Orioles. 2-2. And that's way up and away. And a 3 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, you can see Carlos Ruiz, I mean, really trying to coax, and he's done a nice job of it, and always does, because he's a great catch and throw. I mean, really gives you a good target. So right here, you can see, stay straight, stay closed. Here's the glove.
And Hardy trying to drill one, pops it up short. Rollins backs up a little, puts it away, and Hardy's retired. Well, yesterday, here was the hero. He now has 3 extra inning home runs this season, tying a franchise mark. Put one out, 12th inning, good for 2 RBIs and an Oriole win.
Yeah, got a good pitch to hit. Obviously, something's going on with the wrist because chasing pitches, not catching up with pitches. The home run was on a slider, mid-80s. So you don't have a hard thrower, but you have a guy that can slow the bat down with a good curveball.
1 away. Jones, 2 singles, a couple of strikeouts, and will take the pitch for a ball. Home run, 7th inning or later this year. He has 7. And Giancarlo Stanton with Miami has 7. They are the leaders in the majors in home runs, 7th inning on. 1-0 delivery. That misses inside, 2-0.
It appears that with whatever is going on, being hit by a pitch and maybe straining the wrist or whatever, better low ball hitter because of having trouble getting the bat started. So we'll see where Savory's able to go behind in the count.
2-0 delivery. Jones down to third base this time. Wigginton
kicks it.
Can get it. And the Orioles have Jones on. Got caught in the middle hop, and then when he did have a chance at it, he did kick it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to throw him out when you play this way again. Okay, 3 steps, and then he didn't glove it. Then he did kick it into left. You can't retreat on Adam Jones. He runs too well. Now they may give him an error, but I think he's going to beat that ball out.
So the potential winning run on at first base with 1 away. It is an error charge to Wigginton. That's the first error of the ball game. Here's Matt Wieters, 2 singles, a walk, and he is popped out. Wieters will foul that one away. Savory against the left-handers, 269. Right-handers hitting only 206 off him. He's given up 1 home run to each side of the plate this year. Savory made the roster, but has gone up and down 3 times already because of injuries. He was working closing at AAA in the short time he was there. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that one's fouled away, and it's 0-2. Wieters, a 2-strike count, 1 down. Adam Jones on at first base. A look to Jones. Wieters on the 0-2. In the air to right field. Back at the wall. And it comes off the wall. Pence misplays. Jones is cutting home. Throw to the plate. Not in time. The Orioles win it. 5-4. A new franchise record. 9 consecutive extra inning wins as Wieters gets the game-winning RBI.
Taking a look again, he throws a couple fastballs by him, but what sets this up is the error by Wigington. They try to sneak the third one by him. Short porch and right here at Camden Yards. Great adjustment by Matt WIETERS. Came in hitting 320 against left-handed pitches. That's going to make a nice effort, but he doesn't play her very much. You play in the same division, might catch that ball, and here comes Jones to win it.
Darren O'Day will be the winning pitcher in the ball game, and O'Day now is 4-0 on the year. And the loss will go to Savory as the Orioles come away with the big win. And how exciting is it to be down on the field for these last two games, Steve? Steve?
Yes.
Yours all right?
Yes, I got you.
A lot of noise. Let's say, how exciting is it to be down on the field for these last 2 days?
Hey, man, we kind of went through a tough stretch there for a while, but we really picked it up, and these 2 games were huge. Sellout crowd the last 2 days. Doesn't get any better than this.
Listen, you had the big blow, that home run. You were 2 for 2 against Lee. The fact you had seen him before, did it help you out in the at-bats today at all?
I'm not going to say that. I mean, Cliff Lee's a great pitcher. He just kind of made a mistake out over the plate, and I was able to keep my hands inside of it and keep it fair.
Is there an approach against somebody that can man both sides of the plate? And at the end of the day, he's got a changeup, curveball, fastball, and then he's going to try to break your bat with that cutter?
Yeah, man. I mean, he kind of threw his whole repertoire of that my first at bat, and I had a chance to see a lot of his pitches. That kind of helped me my second at bat, but I was just trying to stay up the middle and try to make something happen, and fortunately enough, it went out.
And then how about the defense? I played with Brooks Robinson with 16 Gold Gloves. You kind of did a Brooks impression this afternoon.
I don't want to go that far. I
said kind of. That was a kind of.
I just do what I can out there when I get the opportunity to play here, and man, that was a fun game, big win.
It was, and a big win. Steve, congratulations, playing a major part of it, both with the bat and with the glove. Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve Tolleson joining us as he delivered the home run, his second, good for 3 in the fourth that tied the game. And we hope you'll join us again on Tuesday. The Orioles continue interleague play against the Pirates. Wei-Yin Chen and Brad Lincoln scheduled to go 6:30. Masson 2, O's Extra, presented by Jeep, in the game at 7. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew here at Camden Yards, I'm Gary Thorne. The final again, the Orioles 5, the Phillies 4. It took 10 innings to get there. The Orioles continue their run in extra inning games. Jim and Rick are going to recap it. O's Extras coming up next. Adieu.